Oh, okay.
To activate the coon
for me
check
at my
for
age,
the
that's my
average
arm.
Negro.
You understand? That's my
Stop
second.
this. This is reasonable.
Yes, sir.
Now,
This is the ignorant shit you like.
I am King Cool.
This is the ignorant shit you like. Nigga, this is the ignorant shit you like. This is the ignorant shit you like.
Got a nine chasing a chicken.
Here we are.
Yeah,
But here we are.
it's crazy, man.
I'm talking about look at Lordy.
I'm going to open up a hospital for mentally ill Africans. I'm going to hospitalize you coons because I care about you and I love you. You're part of our family. I cannot let you go and do what you want to do. I care about the coons, brothers and sisters. I care about the coons, brothers and sisters. We're going to open up a mental health rehabilitation hospital for political coonery. We are going to treat the coons, brothers and sisters. We can't leave them out there. We have to treat the coons. The Dr. Papa Mental Health Hospital for coons. We have to rehabilitate the coons, brothers and sisters. Let us save the coons. We have to do this. We have to do this.
Danielle, when are we going to have a Garvey baby? Lord have mercy, Sister Danielle. You must not have heard me. Sister Danielle wants to have a Garveyite baby with King Kongalicious. Sister Danielle, and she fine too. Look at them eyes. Sister Danielle, listen, baby. We got to build the nation first. If I give up all my testosterone, I won't have no energy to build the nation. I got to build first, okay? We must build before the back shots. We must handle the business before the back shots. It is consciousness over the cookies. It is politics over the punani. It is revolution over the romance. Sister Danielle wants to have a baby withKing Kongalicious. She fine too. Lord have mercy. Might have triplets. But Sister Danielle, stay focused. Understand, overstand, and understand that
The black men want to carry their gun.
undefeated. Come before the back shots. I said the nation building must come before the
Kemp
back
got
shots.
that law.
Brothers and sisters, we must stay focused.
Kim who? Brian
must
Kemp
stay
got that
focused.
law.
We must stay focused. We must stay focused. We must stay focused. Let it ring. Call of Duty over there. Warzone.
What we said last week, House Nation.
What's some other games that everybody playing? Call of Duty, Warzone,
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare,
Call of
Apex,
Grand Theft.
Grand Theft. Would that be considered Grand Theft right there?
What?
Them gunshots and poppers.
Yeah,
and shit?
all of that.
Yeah.
All of that.
What's the other shooting them up games besides that?
I only play 2K.
Far Cry. I mean,
Look at them. See,
there's plenty of them. I don't even have a system.
But that Call of Duty is the main
Put
move.
me in that box.
you play
Madden, yo.
He plays Call of Duty though.
I play
I
Call
don't.
of Duty heavy. I
Me?
played.
Him.
No,
I played.
Who's
I played
him?
on the PS.
I don't play Call of Duty.
And I played on the iPad.
He's a degenerate.
Pop it.
But I only do it just to get take the load off.
Is that what it?
Stress
Pause.
reliever.
Pause. Yeah.
you got hands for that.
Pause.
Did you say pause?
Right, you heard him? You got 5 fingers and a thumb for that.
You play
you
Call
gotta turn on
for
shit,
real?
but
play
you-
Call of, Jeff, I did not see you
Serious.
playing Call of Duty.
Me and my brother.
You ain't got to turn on shit but yourself.
Me and
Oh, you feeling good?
me and my brother. Shout out to my man Chaz. He cut my hair. My brother. Me and him play all the time, every holiday.
Call of Duty.
Man, we don't play. We serious. Especially on holidays, we get the turkey and everything, and we get it going.
Just be glad it's not the one that's got the most fructose in it, like you talking about. Do say
What? Oh, that syrup?
syrup. This syrup shit.
Pancakes.
I hate you for ever giving me that shit.
Yeah, man.
That shit come with pancakes.
Reasonable Ignorance Podcast. We're back tonight.
And apple crumb.
We got a special show here tonight, dear to my heart. One of the best guys ever.
Word up.
Coach Rob Smith from Simeon High School.
Word up.
Basketball coaching legend is in the building. Great all-around guy also.
Man.
He's here to talk to us about him, his past, and his next chapter. That being said, Jeff the Illis is in the building. What's up, Illis of all Jeffs?
What up? good.
Turn the hand claps up, please. Sound guy Mike on the boards, 1s and 2s, hit it.
There we is.
You know them motherfucking things ringing off. Humboldt Park
Shout
over
out.
there.
Shout out to my peoples at Room 43 on last Thursday. Hey, shout out to my man Be Able for calling me what? The 45 King?
No doubt.
Yeah.
The Able of all bees is here.
All day. 2 E's.
Had a rough day today.
You did?
Oh.
He did. You did, right?
Yeah, I had a
But
rough
you,
one.
But you good though. Check out his fly kicks he got on.
Yeah, 100.
Straight striper right there. Custom right there.
Mean and tough.
On the right of him, outside of 708 podcast, Nick is here. My actual real little brother.
You always get it wrong. It's outsiders only 708.
Outsiders only. Shout out to Pusha Z, Zach,
Martell, nigga.
and Big Meech.
We ain't even
Great
10 minutes
podcast
in.
that you have on the last one.
Appreciate that.
Martell.
Very interesting podcast you had. Plug your podcast again.
Outsiders only 708. Apple, Spotify, SoundCloud. Check us out.
And Nick's the lead on that podcast. Like I said, shout out to Zach and Pusha Z and Lil
Meech.
Big,
And
Lil
my
Big
homie
Meech. Yeah.
Shout out to my nigga Sour Dutch, man.
Shout out to
Enjoyed
Sour
him
Dutch.
last
Yes.
week. Enjoyed you, my brother.
Yeah. Last week's podcast was very good. But with that being said,
Dutch was on one.
Dutch was so good.
The funniest shit, we said, man, I'm fried.
we got Coach Rob here, y'all. We got Coach Rob Smith. The legend is here. I've been on Coach. I've been asking him every time I see him because besides him being the coaching legend that he is, his kids and my kid are on the small basketball circuit now together. Separated by 2 years, but they've been in camps with each other together, guys. They've been in camps with each other. The coach has thrown because I've taken my kid, and of course, you know, Rob likes to boost the pay. You got to pay to go in one of his camps, so it's a cost for that whole week. So for the last couple of summers, you know, Big Maul over here has been broke because I had to send him to Rob's camp.
You ain't pushing the popcorn, nigga. You got to push that popcorn.
Pushing P.
Pushing P.
It's been a great camp. Both kids have been playing against each other and on separate teams and in camp doing training together and everything. So I thank Rob for that because he's actually been raising the youth
Word up.
That's it.
in the whole basketball realm.
That's it.
Okay, so we're from an era, Be Able, Jeff, Nick, you were young, but we're from an era where basketball, Chicago basketball has been synonymous nationwide. And we're from as children and as in high school, so you were in high school, and as children, we come from where coaches is, basketball coaches are revered, right? Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
Revered in high regard all over. Bob Hamrick.
My man Brandon.
Keep going. Landon Cox.
Landon Cox, my fault.
Landon Cox. Bob Hamrick. Luther Bedford. You want to name some?
Dorothy Gators.
Yeah.
Man, from my era, Coach Fulton, the Hells Franciscan, because that's where I came from.
All right.
Their staff. I mean, just coaches was just for the kids that didn't have a dad was like second dad,
Correct.
big brother, uncle, that male figure that they respected and looked up to. You know, so that they can relate to. Especially you got a house full of women. You got that one guy that you can actually relate to, that can hear your problems, can understand the male up and down as an adolescent, going through puberty, see growth. You know what I'm saying? Leads you in the right direction.
And we
Don't give up on you.
And we knew that welfare, the implementation of welfare, which is a trap, took the black man out of the household in the 70s, right? Can we say that? You agree with that? You all agree with that?
1,000%.
I saw Claudine.
It took it took the black man out of the household. So therefore,
Matter of fact, that and The drug move.
The who?
Drug.
So then you had to have to go to what you were saying as far as others having
Yeah.
to play mentors and having to play
Mentors.
coaches having to play mentors and everything.
Yeah.
So, like I said, once again, Coach Rob is here. Let's talk. I'm glad to hear. Hand claps to you,
Hand
man.
claps for that, man. For real.
I definitely appreciate you guys having me, but I didn't know this was an Adidas party. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here.
Talk to him.
Hit it.
Talk to him.
I mean, me and Jamal in the barbershop every day. I'm talking about his wax shoes he got on.
My God.
That's just how we
Here we
went.
go.
I'll take all criticisms
Yeah.
and darts tonight. No problem. No
I
problem.
mean, you already know how this thing
I know
goes,
how it
man.
goes.
But hey, Coach, what's wrong with the threes? 3 strike.
Shit.
How
It's
many
called,
hours
it's
we
called
got?
CTC, B.
How
Cut
many
the
hours
check.
we got? We ain't got that
I understand
much.
the
I'm just
cash.
called
Let's take away the
CTC.
money.
Yeah, it ain't got
They
nothing to do
ain't-
with no money. It's just
I mean, Air Force One did their thing, but Adidas made sure hip hop was tough though.
I don't know about all that, but
You
I'm
was
just
singing
saying.
Coach, you never had Adidas at all ever?
You never sung My Adidas? Walk on
Oh,
1,
I
2,
sung
5?
my Adidas. I
Fucking
did all
Fred?
that. I mean, it's like the fact that I was poor, so I couldn't get no Adidas back then. They was a little bit too much in my budget in my household. So when I started getting a little bit of money, and it was always Nike because that's what it was. But I agree with. I mean, I see how people rock with it, but I keep stepping his feet out. They all right. But they ain't got that swoosh sign on it.
I understand
it's-
the
it's a big
swoosh.
thing.
Hey, I'm both sides, man.
And Adidas was a hip hop era for us. It was, and especially in my culture.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 51, so it was a big thing back in the day. But now ain't nothing but that Nike.
Nike was a hip hop force, but
I get
Adidas.
Yeah,
It was a
my
monster.
Adidas. That's
How'd you feel when you saw Rakim with the Nike jogging suit on in the video?
who Rakim
Yeah,
with the
Rakim, remember?
what?
Yeah.
Well,
with the
ain't
Adidas
no
joggers
joke.
on Nike.
Nike
Yeah,
Nike suit on.
joint.
Oh,
Yeah, Nike joint.
Rakim could have had on anything. I'm gonna rock with him regardless. One of the hip hop greatest.
Yeah,
I mean, people don't. I mean, we talk about everybody else, but
Yeah.
he in my top 5 when you go
Rocky Mallah.
to some lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do everything with everybody else, but Rakim is one of the most lyrical person you can to have. You know what I'm saying?
Still, he put out an album right now and still gonna get respect.
Definitely,
Hell yeah.
definitely.
it wouldn't get no more play than the old stuff would. He tried with the album,
He did have tried.
but I mean, we talking about the "I Ain't No Joke" video. Remember the "I Ain't No Joke"?
remember
when they
that.
all
with
was
the
in the
Dapper
park?
Dan Nike
remember
suit
that.
on.
Yeah, that was the Dapper Dan Nike suit.
Yeah.
See? Be able with the history lesson.
I think it's just gonna be who produces music.
That's it.
Who gonna have him
If we
rocking
have,
like that? You know
if we
what I'm
have
saying?
Primo
So
Alchemist,
he'll be flying with that. you know what I'm
Conductor.
saying? Yeah, that's what it is. But
Talk.
I mean,
Now, one thing about it, I've done shows. I did a couple. I did a Rakim show. He doesn't like to fly. That nigga drives everywhere.
Really?
Everywhere. That's
So
why
he
he's
got a
always late.
If you got a show in Portland, he's going to drive all the way from New York to Portland?
That's
or
why he's always
wherever
late.
you live at to Portland?
Yeah, he don't fly.
Interesting.
yeah, but Jamal, I respect you and I appreciate you even having me. You know, we did this a while ago back
At the
Man.
old studio.
Yeah, at the old studio. It's been a minute since we got together and did this, and I really respect it. And this journey that I've been through, it's all for everybody in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a different guy than anybody. People don't know me. You know what I'm saying? But I respect everything that's going on, everybody's journey. I respect what y'all doing. Mike know me in this studio. Who's my,
Shout out
who's
to
my
Magic.
guy, yeah. So
Magic in here.
that's 100. But I respect everything but everybody got going on. I want everybody to prosper and be successful at what they do. I just had an opportunity to be successful at what I'm doing, but I rock with everybody.
No doubt.
Coach, you grew up, you've been on the show before. Nick, he's been on the show before when in our early days. And we've been going strong for 7 years. Shout out to Coach Moses, who couldn't be here tonight.
Shout out, Coach.
Had to go see that whack movie.
No, fuck that. This shit top 5. Fuck
Had
out
to
of
go see
here.
that whack ass movie.
Fuck out of
Man,
here.
how I
That
feel
shit
about
top
it.
5.
How I feel about that whole Wakanda shit, I'm cool.
That shit top
I
5.
ain't even
Don't
seen
say
it, I
it.
know
I'm
it's
going to
whack.
say it.
That shit top
I
5.
know it's
Is
whack.
it? I'm gonna go see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it.
Top
on-
five.
We gotta go. We gotta support the. We gotta support the movie.
I ain't supporting
Why
that.
you-
Wakanda.
I ain't supporting that
'Cause
bill
is
they
that-
paying. I told
supporting
you.
the movie, supporting the black man.
Yeah.
How?
Coogler.
Okay.
Coogler.
You gotta
Yeah.
support Cooler.
Yeah.
He got paid already.
Right.
He getting some kind of. If I was him, I would have got the back end royalties. I'm quite sure he got that. set
Dealing
up.
with Marvel, like he can control that, right? Like he
I
can
think he has
command
to.
that.
Okay. I think he
Get a
he
chance, Coach. Listen to Joe Brown, Judge Joe Brown.
I think he can. I think
about the Wakanda bill.
I think by him doing so
Did
much.
you watch it?
By him doing so much on the first one, he could get back in royalties. Am I right?
Yeah.
Probably not. This
No,
is
no,
Marvel
no,
we talking
no. He
about.
no. If he's the top rated Marvel movie, they're gonna throw him whatever he wants.
How many
You
men was
think
in the
Black
movie?
Panther's top rated
How
over
many men
How
in
many
the new
men
one?
did they show in the movie?
In the new one?
Yeah.
Damn,
It take you that long to count?
man, I just saw it yesterday.
Damn.
The movie 2 hours and 40 something.
You went to the premiere for it,
Yeah.
and didn't invite us.
Well, hold up.
Hit
let
the
me
wah,
make
wah,
that-
Hit the
wah.
one.
Let me make this clear.
Invite me?
Hold on.
When I get mad, I
We
get
talked
mad.
about
I get
this-
mad.
No, we talked about this before though.
One ticket, number one, and number two, I went for After School Matters. It was for the shorties.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. All right, give me a rewind.
Come on, man. Don't jump on me, man.
But I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna sit in line and say I'm gonna go see it.
No, go check it out. It's
If
real
it come
nice.
on stream, I'm on it.
It got Winston, the big dog. You got a couple men in there. But, hey, Osman, let's celebrate the black woman. Black woman is the wisdom of this shit. Come on, let's stop playing.
Pop it.
Yeah.
Hand claps.
Who we give him that?
Y'all wait to the Melanin remix. The black woman is God.
Coach,
What up, Martell?
you grew up on the west side of Chicago.
He done turned Angela Davis on us.
Where at?
What up, Martell at?
West side of Chicago.
Yes, sir. That's why.
Oh shit, here it come.
West side. Yeah, that's my roots.
K-Town.
And I was a. I mean, my mother moved when I was born, really. You know, but my roots is on the west side.
West side.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
right there on Jackson,
Jackson where?
right there by Sacramento, in between, right there by
I went
Marshall.
to Maryland.
Right.
Oh, you went to Merlac, yeah.
Wow.
Right off of
Right
Fifth
there.
Avenue.
Yeah, what's the
my whole
significance in
my
your
whole
part?
family went to Marshall. My mother and father met at Marshall. That's how they got together at Marshall High School. Wow. My kids went there. So I used to be right there at the Merlac house,
Yeah.
sitting there watching all of them. I was a kid watching the people play.
Yes, sir.
My dad was there taking us, but it been a journey, you know what I'm saying? And people don't even know I grew up on the west side because my whole life been out south.
South.
You know what I'm saying? I went to Simeon. I've been out south since I was 14. You know, and I moved to Leclerc Courts, the LC, represent.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Where's Leclerc Courts for people that's outside of Chicago that don't know? where
right
Leclerc-
off Cicero, and 47, 44, 45th, all the way through there. Lamont, LaPorte, Lawler, Leclerc, all the way down, all the L's. LC,
Yeah.
that's what we call it, LC.
LC,
Leclerc Courts, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out
Projects
to my
was
man.
what it was with Leclerc Court, so that's the projects. But I lived in the homes where everybody thought it was a little luxury, but it was all still the same project shit for me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I still felt like a project person, you know what I'm saying? So, but my whole roots was from out west. So I traveled out west even when I was young, you know. And my relatives, my cousins and everything still lived out west. Even though we moved to Leclerc Courts, but I still went out west to do everything. So it was different. So when I tell people like I'm from out west, they be like,
Right.
no, you ain't from out west. You don't look like them. You don't dress like them. You don't talk like
No
them.
Pele
you
Pele
don't like
coats.
that. No, I ain't
That's some
never-
real shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just, but that's my roots. You know what I'm saying? But
No Buck 50 hat. No Pele Pele coats.
guess what?
What?
I had neither one of them.
Hit it.
That shit
Can't be
real.
from the west side if you don't have no Buck 50 and Pele Pele coats.
Not
I
everybody
used to
from
hang
the
out
west
with my
rock
west side
that.
cousin. The first thing his homies like,
You got
man,
a Buck 50
You
hat.
a south
No,
side
sir.
cousin. Like you from the south side, ain't you? Like,
Man, my
like,
cousin,
damn.
my cousin Paul be saying, "You ain't from the fucking west side. The fuck out of here, man." I be like, "Nigga, I'm west. Mean west.
It's a different
Because you don't have a
world.
Pele Pele coat.
Don't matter.
Different
Don't give a
world. I
fuck
used to
about
call the
that.
west side
Totally
Mississippi,
different
Illinois.
world.
I rock a
Yeah,
Mark
for real.
Buchanan, but no Pele Pele. That's a difference.
What's the difference?
Mark Buchanan don't have no labels, and it's real nice.
Mark
So
Buchanan.
you're West Side bougie then.
No.
Mark
You don't want to be a West Side
It
nigga.
sounded
Is
like
that
some
what it
bougie
is?
shit. I ain't
Did
gonna
it?
hold you.
Did it
It
sound
sounded
like
like
that?
no labels. Like, oh, okay. I know
No,
what
the
that's
Mark-
about.
Coach, doesn't that sound
I know
like
what
that?
that's about.
He's West Side bougie.
It's a clean look. It's
Mark
a cleaner
Buchanan
look.
jacket?
It's a cleaner look. I feel it.
Look,
Yeah.
I shop on Cermak. No tops and bottoms.
No tops
for
and
me.
bottoms.
Right.
You ain't West Side if you ain't shop at tops and bottoms.
Did you shop at what tops and
I
bottoms?
shot
Yeah,
that top
I
and
do. So
bottom.
you
I had
West
no
Side.
choice.
I fuck with
I-
top
No,
and
no, no,
bottom.
no, don't clean it up now.
That's where I
Yeah.
bought my 3 stripes from.
All right, cool. All right, then you good then. All right.
Like the fresh Adidas. They had
We're
them
talking
at
about as a child and
as a
adult-
child.
as a child
As a
and
shorty.
an adolescent, teenager, and
yeah.
everything. All right.
Like they had
Tops
all
and bottoms.
Tops and bottoms had all the killer
Nigga,
sneakers.
tops and
Like
bottoms.
like all the niggas will rock that be buying the Jordans and all that shit. I used to get the Reeboks, the ponies, the exclusive shits.
Did you wear ponies at all, Coach?
Ponies.
Do you remember if you wore ponies or not?
I might have had a pair of ponies.
You.
Yep. I know I had a pair of ponies.
I think I had a pair of ponies.
I
Two
did not
pair.
know what pony meant until 2 years ago when it said it's the Post of New York.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
product
had a
of
pair
New
of
York
ponies.
City.
Product, is that what it is? Product of New York?
Yeah, I had a pair of ponies.
I did not know what that meant.
I had two pair.
Them white, them
Red.
Two pair?
Had a red check, and I had a white on white check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What
And
basketball player used to wear ponies
Whoa.
in the 80s and 90s?
It's
In
Ralph
the
Samp.
80s. Well, let's put it in the
Ralph
80s.
Samp. Is it
I
Ralph
started to wear
No,
my
not Ralph
I
Samp.
started to
I
wear
think.
my Avias today, just on some bullshit.
Samp? Oh, Clyde Drexler.
No.
Was it Spud?
Ponies.
Spud
There
Webb.
you go. Spud
Webb.
Webb.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
the
the Pony
city
King.
wings.
He's a pony king. Yeah.
Yeah, city wings.
Yeah. Pony was hot though.
Yes,
that
sir.
was back. That was
Them
that
city
was
wings.
like,
Hey, the city wings.
like
That
a
had
big
that.
thing. You know what I'm saying? So
the
when
city-
we was growing up, that was a big thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I don't
city-
know
the
people
city
age.
wings were
I'm,
cold.
I'm 51, but that was a big.
I'm 51
big
too.
thing. Yeah, okay, we in the same era.
So Nick is 35. He only understands and knows it's Nike, Adidas, maybe Converse,
Speaking for me?
I was about to say, you gonna let him just talk?
No,
to
I'm
you?
just gonna let him go. I'm gonna let him go.
Nike,
crazy.
Adidas, Converse,
You
but he
about
doesn't
to let him
understand. He doesn't. He might. He's not from the era where we used to spread the whole wearing gym shoes around.
Yeah.
I'm not. We didn't do it.
I mean, keep it a buck. 85 niggas wore Converses with the ladders.
Oh yeah, and that's what I tell people all the
You know
time.
what
They
I'm
talk
saying?
to me about the Converse, like
85, you wore the
So-
with the spider with the different with the
Yeah.
spider laces.
Nike owned Converse. Just to get that together.
Word.
Now, yeah, but I'm saying back then, you had so many different gym shoes that people were wearing though.
Oh yeah, it was a different breed back. I mean, this
Ain't
is
you
this is the
fireworks?
this is the thing that I
In the 80s.
having a conversation with somebody earlier. Like, it's crazy because at work they're like, "Man, you always got on this fly stuff." Being poor, now I'm can be able to do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get what I can get.
Yeah,
I couldn't
rock
get it when I
Pumas,
was a kid. You
fat
know what I'm
laces.
saying? So having pro wings and they tan up when I'm running and shit like that's what I had to have. You know what I'm saying? And my
bought
mother
two pair
doing
of
the
them
best
just
that she
for-
could do. So that's what I had to have where I grew up at and what I was doing. And I'm not gonna hide it, or I'm not gonna tell anybody. And I tell my kids all the time, y'all privileged to what I had. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
So
yeah.
that all this is for me. I'm still a kid in this atmosphere of having what I got now or being able to buy what I want to have. That's being a kid. Should I buy it or spend as much money on it? Probably not, but I'm enjoying the moment for what I couldn't do when my friends was having this and doing all this type of stuff and having it. So now it's time for me to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
it ain't no disrespect to nobody, but this what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have no problem with paying $200 or $300 for a pair of shoes. I couldn't pay $40, $50 when it was back then. My mother couldn't afford to do that then. You know what I'm saying? And everybody rocking what they had. I had to get what I can get.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I don't know nothing about anything else. For me, being poor grew to me when I was 16 till I was 16. I was poor till I was 16. And my mother did everything she could possibly do. My dad left. Everybody was gone. So I was poor till I was 16. And I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no problem with that. So they like,
Yes, sir.
you always got on different pair of shoes. Yeah, I should have on different pair of shoes because I work for that shit now.
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know,
sir.
and I'm gonna get every shoe I want to have.
Yeah.
Just can't rock them Adidas. That's all. I'm sorry. y'all.
Hit it.
Come on.
Nice.
I feel that.
I feel like Puma. Hey, somebody said no Pumas.
No,
In my breakdance era, I had hella Pumas, Fat Laces, Suede, all of that.
and that was it.
That was it, though.
Yeah, that's
You know what I
it
mean? That was
Clydes.
And guess what?
No, it was just strictly low suede
Low.
joints,
The one-
Fat
the one
Laces.
with the,
that was
Fat
it.
Laces, yeah.
You couldn't wear Pumas without Fat Laces. You had to have Fat Laces.
If you ain't had no fat laces, you want.
You
why
really
got
wasn't
them
no
on?
shit.
Right.
Nothing.
You was about to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, but, I mean, just the fact that like I'm in the end of what I'm doing, and everybody don't really know me, and they want to get to know me, and I'm trying to like get everybody to know who I am and where I come from and my whole background of who I am, and I'm a different guy than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? People don't even understand that. I'm you. I'm not. You know, I know what I'm doing in this aspect, but I'm a real guy. I can hang out with anybody. I can do anything with anybody I want to. But the thing that got me who I am today is me bringing up with me and my mom. That was the strongest thing in my life.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was just us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And my brothers, and I loved, you know.
Older brothers, younger brothers, or are you the oldest or youngest?
I'm next to the oldest.
Okay.
And my brother under me was my best friend.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That almost, my brother passed, and that almost made everything in my life change. You know what I'm saying? Because we were like best friends. You know what I'm saying? And he took care of me. You know what I'm saying? And made sure I was okay. Like, and he was a different dude. Like he I mean, we ain't here talking real now. So my brother was a 5-star Universal for the Mafia and St. Vice Lords. You know what I'm saying? And not because he had all this money or nothing. He was just a real dude, and everybody loved him because he ain't have to go out, you know, and do what he, you know, like
Magic.
have all this and do all this. That's everybody loved him because of that. And when he passed, it killed a part of me. You know, I almost gave up on everything I wanted to do because he was gone. You know what I'm saying? And it hurt me for like a year or two. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 years, it didn't. I couldn't register that he was gone. You know what I'm saying? That it hurt me to my heart. You know what I'm saying? And people are like, well, your mother passed and your grandma passed. I'm like, yeah, I love my mama to death.
Word up.
That ain't gonna never be. But this person here, he like took care of me. And like, hey, look, this what you about to do. You don't gotta worry about nothing.
So would you say that was part of your? Would you say that's the fire that drives you to this day?
Yeah, I mean, it took me a little while. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? Before then, I was cool with it. You know what I'm saying? And you know how I go. Like, I'm from out west. I would be 100 with you. So
Right, keep it buck.
I'm a guy. So you can't drive on me certain type of ways. But I'm in the limelight now, so I can't do certain things. I can't
True.
say certain things. I can't do certain stuff. But he right there, like, I got it.
Word.
You don't gotta do
You
nothing.
always need a
This
one
was,
two.
this was the older brother or
My
the younger brother?
My
Okay.
younger brother.
Gotcha.
I always
Like,
need
I
that
got
one, too,
you.
though.
You don't
What's the
gotta
age
do
difference
nothing.
between what was the age difference between you and him?
3 years.
Okay, gotcha. Go ahead.
I got you. You don't gotta do nothing. All you gotta say is this what need to be done. You know what I'm saying? And I got it. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna come to the games and let somebody say something that's out of pocket, and I got it. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta do nothing. I'm talking about family members, all type of stuff. I take care of all that. You don't gotta say nothing, do nothing. I got it. And I was trying to tell people, like, you don't know who you sitting by. I still to today in my family meetings, I tell people all the time, in my parent meetings, like, you can't be in the stands talking about kids or the coaches or none of that. You don't know who they people are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be in there doing that because that's disrespectful. Hold your opinions till you get someplace else, because you sitting in the stands with somebody who a killer. You know,
Right.
I'm just and he don't want to hear that you disrespecting his brother. You know what I'm saying? And my brother used to be in the stands like, man, dog, I can't get with this, cause they up here barking and doing all type of stuff, and I'm gonna get down on them. You know what I'm saying? So he was my little big brother.
I was gonna ask because you said it fucked you up when he passed, right? And that was your little brother, so probably in your mind you never thought you would have to lay him to rest. It would be the other way around. So that was never even a thought for you.
No, he died of cancer.
Okay.
So that that wasn't a part of me saying that's why he gonna die, cause how he uphold himself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't think I'd lay him before me. Period. I didn't think I'd lay my mother before me. I didn't think I'd lay my grandma before. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just like those people are.
It's the
Not
foundation.
my mother older, my grandma older. I
Yeah.
get that part, but my brother,
Right, that's-
he's younger than me, and it's
that's what I
like
was getting
he
to,
gonna be here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he gonna be this person who got me the whole time. And like for him to be able to have to go and I gotta sit there with him, you know, through this whole type of stuff. Like it wasn't the fact that he just died and I wasn't there. I sat with him every day.
Right.
I mean, we sat together every day. Like I'm sitting there with him through the whole process.
Right.
Because we his cancer eating him up, and I'm sitting there with him. You know what I'm saying? So, it hurt. It hit me different than anything else in my life that hit me any kind of way. My mother passed, and this is what I tell people all the time. Like with this basketball stuff and how much I spent my time with this, it's like I was on the road going to a game and my mother passed. I was out of town and my grandma passed. I was out of town another time and my grandma passed on my dad's side. Everything I did when people left me was I was doing something with basketball and not being able to be with them. But I was giving somebody else's kids or their families everything that they needed, and I wasn't even taking care of my own family because I was on dealing with somebody else's kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like a whole different world. Like now that I'm finna stop, it's like, man, I gave my whole life to. I'm 51, 26 years of coaching basketball. I done gave to everybody else's families, and I didn't put my family on the back burner for a whole bunch of it. You know what I'm saying?
That's a
God
lot to
put me here
process.
to do what I'm doing, but I put them on the back burner for all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I couldn't be there for none of them. Like, you on the road to go do something, and somebody call you and say, your mother, her organs failing. And what could I do? I should have been there the whole time. You know what I'm saying? And not somebody else's kid. You know what I'm saying? And then you look at stuff, and you like, here go the funeral. None of these people here that I'm going to see, who I'm going to deal with, who I'm dealing my life with. Like, come on, man. What? You can't send some flowers? You can't call me and say, like, condolences to my family?
What's
It's
the
like,
give and take?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I know God put me here to do this. So it's like, okay, this is what you're supposed to do.
Right.
You here to do this. Do it as long as you can do it. Make sure everybody okay. You know what I'm saying? But it's all wrapping up and it's getting to the end, and now I'm starting to get in my head. It's like, wow, did all this for them.
It's time for
What's
you.
somebody doing for me?
Right.
I'm saying, what kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate you saying, Jamal saying, come on, man, I need you to come on my show before you go.
That's real.
That's big. You know what I'm saying? I talked to his kid. His kid had been in my camp. But just to say, come on, man, before you get done with this, come on my show again.
I say it every time I see him too.
And I was just about to say that is just the fact that you are here with us, and you're considered to myself, honestly, as a living legend,
And claps.
because of the coalition that we have. You may not know this. I used to work for the park district. I used to work at Hayes Park.
Oh, okay.
So I had all your boys. I had the Hall brothers.
Right, okay.
I had
Yeah.
Brandon Orange and his little brother. You know what I'm saying? I created a spring break open gym that Simeon took over.
Stories.
So, you know, and of course, shout out to my man Chuck Neely, who always was my
man.
wingman.
Chuck
you know what I
Neely!
Yeah,
mean?
there he is.
You know
Ball
what I'm
up
saying?
top.
Him and Pook was like 1 and 2. You dig what I'm saying?
Ball up top.
Ball up top.
So just to know, Chuck would always school me like, man, you got to meet Coach Rob. We never met. We met later on, but we like, man, Coach Rob, he's Coach Rob kids. Well, I said, Chuck, you know, I got the safe haven, bro. I'm about to open gym because the thing was, when spring break, your kids will have nowhere to go.
Facts.
So I created Spring Break Open Gym. They knew it, Mando. It was Mando. I had rules in my gym. I had everything. If you didn't, if I was off on a day and I pop up in the gym, I said nigga in jeans, the gym closed. Cause y'all know my rules. So just to know that they was in my care, and then to know that these were your kids, I always felt we had a bond because I didn't want to make sure nothing happened to your kids underneath my watch.
Right.
And that was the main thing, because I was about, because in the Park District, your gift was a gym. You get blessed a gym, you won. So for me to have a gym on 85th in California, nigga,
Yeah.
I won. And I had the hottest tournaments and open gyms that everybody came through.
Why a person couldn't wear jeans though?
That's not uniform. Did your favorite basketball player wear jeans when he played?
No.
So it's a rule to everything. It's a uniform to everything. There's order.
Gotcha. Okay.
So just to, and just to know that, I mean, and the kids that used to come through my doors, I used to talk to them, and you had rules. It was one kid that I love. It was a kid named Inky. That nigga could hoop, but he was like, Rob wanted me to cut my braids. I said, Inky, cut them motherfucking braids, nigga. Hoop. You know what I'm saying? But he was so stuck on impressing the other niggas.
Man,
So I would have these life conversations with these kids.
I mean, he could have had
A hell
career.
of a hell of a career.
Yeah,
I
that's
seen
the
it,
one.
and I would be like, and I was always ask like, why he don't play for Rob? And they was like, man, he don't want to cut his hair. I'm like, that's it. It got to be more to it. But just to fast forward and just I always said this, even to Chuck to this day, like, man, my gym was always going to be the safe haven. My gym was always open for basketball. It was never open for bullshit. So whenever I knew that your precious cargo was in my gym, I made sure all the foolishness was out the door.
I appreciate it.
And claps.
That's real shit.
Mike,
Because
Magic.
what's fucked up, I had Derek in my 5th or 6th tournament.
Oh, wow.
We had to put mats on the wall. That nigga was running so goddamn fast. So just out of respect, man, I salute you, bro. Real shit.
Magic Mike said, how y'all met?
You said what?
How we met?
How we met, yeah. Magic Mike.
Magic talking?
Yeah. And it's crazy. This story, like people. So I come in the barbershop with Johnny Selvey.
Mm.
And they cutting his hair. B getting his hair cut. I'm in the barbershop and we talking, and he say, man, are you gonna get this kid down at Beasley, Derrick Rose? I'm like, yeah, I know him, but I don't know who he is. I'm gonna get him. He was like, man, you need to get this kid. The kid. Mm-hmm. This is the kid who gonna, he need to go to Simeon. He gonna turn this thing around. Mm-hmm. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not getting my hair cut. I'm just with the people who getting their hair cut. I'm just coming in the barbershop at Lee Styles on 75th. I'm just in there. So we just in there talking like, he was like, you need to get him. So I'm coaching at Diet, which is down on 51st Street, and we playing Beasley. And I'm like, oh, wow. This dude here.
Diet was in high school then, right?
Diet was elementary school.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, wow, this dude unbelievable. So that was me and Mike's conversation about Derek and how I even got him, and that was our relationship. So then I started coming to the barbershop. He started cutting my hair, and that's how we started getting together. Like, I mean, when you talking about, I got some 40-year friends.
That's good shit.
I got some 40-year friends.
That's a blessing.
And I respect Mike like he one of my 40-year friends, and that's how our relationship is. You know what I'm saying? I respect everything about him, everything he do. We have all these conversations and stuff like that. And I know you're a fool, you know what I'm saying? But
Mike is a fool.
Mike, definitely, that's my man. Though.
Mike's a fool.
Yeah, but he definitely put me on Derrick Rose. That's who put me on Derrick Rose.
Wow.
That's what it was.
That's big.
That's
good
big.
shit, Mike.
That's big.
Yeah, I mean he was the one who said, man, it's a kid at Beasley, you know what I'm saying? And it went from there, but Derrick was a different animal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's a different animal, and he don't get all the respect he should get, from a lot of people, and because he got hurt and all that type of stuff. You just take it back if he don't get hurt, what this thing look like.
Let's go back. Tell us about the process of recruiting.
I don't recruit.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that.
I like
Tell us
that.
about the process of how kids are attracted to you.
I mean, I don't know if it's me.
I like that.
I'm a podcast,
That was
nigga.
nice. That was
That
nice.
was
Wow,
nice.
Timmy,
That was nice.
I don't really know if it's me.
Your comeback game was dope.
Pause.
Pause.
Clapback was ill.
Rebuttal.
I tell people all the time, and the person who I took place, Coach Heinrich, he always tell me, like, this school going to be here no matter if you here or not. You know what I'm saying? So, I think it's a hard situation. It's like, how could you go any place else but Simeon if you live on the south side of Chicago?
Hit it.
It's a machine.
No, Coach. Come on now. You got it. This is your swan song interview. One of your swan song interviews here,
Talk
and
your
everything.
shit.
So
I'm about to
the
say,
thing about it is,
Talk your shit, please.
Hold your nuts.
you've had kids come through. You put kids in professional NBA leagues. You've sent a great amount of kids to college. What is the process of kids attracting to you to lead, to be their leader, to be their mentor, their coach, their father, away from their own father, who whether he was the father's in the building or in the house or not? You got to talk about that, because the thing about it is these you're affecting the new youth now that's coming up. So going back in history, you've had the Derrick Roses, but you've had other success stories besides Derrick Rose.
True.
And, Derrick was on Math Hoffa's podcast. He talked a
Man,
great deal
Yeah.
about situations and everything. I don't know if you get a chance to check it out.
Saw the whole thing.
Okay, so you attracted Derrick Rose, but you've had other players that have come in your program and have had success. What is the process of them attracting towards you, seeing you and everything, or is it just a Simeon name to have it behind it, or what? Let us know. Because we talked about the West Side shit. We know you went Marillac. We talked about the Vice Lord shit.
Oh, come on now, dog.
And everything.
You tripping,
We talked
man.
about that. We
We
talked
ain't-
about the Nike shit.
We saying
We know you
anything
used to
about
wear
Vice
British Knights too at the same
I
time.
ain't never had no British Knights.
He had British Knights on, and he used to wear
I
LA
had
Gears.
I had
That was a
Pro
terrible.
Wars.
Was it light up?
That was a terrible set of sneakers.
So hold on, before we gonna go,
Did you wear? Yes or no? Did you wear LA Gears to light up?
No, never. Ever.
Bullshit.
I'm
In '89, you ain't wear
Let
them.
me tell you a story about so I got I'm not gonna.
Stories.
Let me tell you. So I got like 250 pair of shoes. Damn. Seriously. And they're all
Yeah.
Nikes.
Well, goddamn.
Yeah.
So the issue is, and people don't know, and I done told like 3 or 4 people this story. So when I was a kid, we went to a track meet. And, when y'all grew up, Park District, you worked at Park District. You had to do everything. You had to run track. You had to play
Everything.
floor hockey. You had to play football. you had to
Football,
wrestle.
kickball,
You had to do
everything.
You had to do everything in the park. So we're at the park, and we at the track stuff. And I got on some pro wings. And guess what? They fucking brand new pro wings. And we running, and my shit rip on the side.
It's over.
It's over with. So like
Starberries.
this like the second race.
I'm like Starberries.
This like the second race of the fucking run. Seriously. Pop it. And this is my addiction to shoes. It's like the second race.
Right.
So they like,
Man, Rob, I
okay,
can
now
relate.
we finna do the relay. And my shit is all fucked up on the side. I'm like, I don't feel good. I can't run no more. They like, look, you are the anchor in the run. All you gotta do is come here and run the anchor. And my shit is all fucked up on the side. I can't even. And they like, you gotta run. I'm like, look, I can't do no more running. I'm done. I'm sick. I can't do no more. And the guy, Ron McKee, bless his heart, he like, come on, just do the anchor. I'm like, all right, cool, I got you. We going through the anchor, and I get they hand me the baton to go, and my whole soul fall off the bottom of it as we running. I'm like, whoa. And we come around, and I'm running with one shoe and one sole out. And when I get around the end, I think I probably get like third, because now and we get on that bus to go back, and everybody like, you got on them bogus pro wings, that's why we lost, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, whoa, different kid. It hurt my soul. You know what I'm saying? It is, because my mama ain't got nothing, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, whoa. And I get older, I don't give a fuck if the shoe costs $450. I'm going to get it.
Hit it.
And you know what's crazy? What's crazy?
I'm going to get it.
We was at Mike's birthday party. Me, you, and Chewy. We sitting in the front room. Everybody else in the kitchen. Me, him, and Chewy in the front. Got our feet out, right? Me and Chewy look down. The coach feed me. Chewy look at me. I look at Chewy like, nah, nigga, I don't coach nobody. So he being real modest, like, oh, these ain't really shit, man.
Hit it.
He like, man, I'm gonna put these back in the box. Like, nigga, fuck a box. You want to switch? Want me to carry you to your car? Boss! Nigga, I want them. Then I'm sizing them. I'm like, what size you wear?
What were they?
Nigga, it was them cashmere joints. He had some cashmere. It was some cashmere top 10. Not top 10. It was some cashmere Nikes. Man, me and Chewy look at each other like, I can't carry this nigga, Chewy.
That's right, carry the Nikes to the car.
You carry them to the car, I get the sneakers, my nigga.
Hit it.
And then
Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Chewy.
Okay.
My
Do
man.
you
So
get a lot of them free?
Man, you don't go
What's
into his files.
to you, man?
Don't go into his files, my nigga.
We don't disclose that.
What's to you?
Don't cover up for him.
No, it's cool.
I mean, he ain't getting them from that white boy who had all the fucking sneakers in his fucking closet and garage and shit. They got the old girl in trouble and shit. Remember?
From Nike.
Yeah, I'm not getting it from them at all.
Oh, you ain't getting them from him.
His mama gave them to him. That's why
That's
he
fucked
had
up.
I need a side note.
I'm just doing some stuff with my shoes.
Word on the
But
street
like I
say he
said-
can't pitch softball.
Who? Me?
Hit it.
Mike said y'all know he can't pitch in softball.
I'm the best softball pitcher Mike knows. He already know that.
So everybody hitting it on Piggy.
No,
Right,
I
he
ain't getting
Piggy.
no.
Bombs.
Look, fuck, I'm picking 3 because he gonna miss.
And Mike know I'm the best pitcher in the world. That's my thing. That was my thing.
Softball.
So, I was a player. I mean, like we said, when I grew up in the park, I had to play every sport.
Had to play every sport.
So
Ping
baseball,
pong, everything.
I was a bigger kid. I grew up as a bigger kid. Like I was in 7th grade, I was 5'8". You know what I'm saying? 5'9" in 7th grade. So I was a bigger kid, and I played baseball and football. And the thing about it is like I was always the quarterback, the point guard, or the pitcher. The most important parts in the game.
The
you know what I'm
leader.
saying?
Flag football
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, like people don't know how. I mean, and I was bad.
Yeah.
I was a badass kid. I was always on punishment. My mama kept me on punishment all the time because I was bad. You know what I'm saying? And I was bad because I wanted my dad. You know what I'm saying? I wanted him to be there.
Hit it.
And he wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And I was reaching out for him, and I know that when I was a kid. I mean,
Right.
I know that now as an adult.
As an adult, right.
Not when I was a kid. I figured it out later. Like, you doing all this stuff because you miss your dad. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't there for you because he was there for everybody else, but he wasn't there for me. Both our names, Robert. You know what I'm saying? So I was his kid. You know what I'm saying? So it drove me to understand, like, this is what you're doing. And he left my house when I was 11 or 12 in that time, you know what I'm saying? But we was like a connection, you know what I'm saying, me and him. And my brothers and sisters was cool, but with everything, but me and him was like this, you know, and when he left home and then come and left out from my mom or whatever, my mom always told me, like, look, and this is real, like, I respect this. So getting on the bus with my mom to go grocery shopping back then, to go pick up the groceries, we having this conversation because I was the kid who, like, I'm going to go get the groceries. Y'all can stay at the crib. You don't got to go. I'm going to go with mom and get the groceries. So on the bus. So we on the bus and we talking, and she like, I'm like, well, what happened to Dad? Why did he leave? She like, look, only thing you need to understand is that I stayed. And we both had a choice.
Damn.
I stayed.
Hand claps to that, my nigga.
And you can take it how you want to do it. But I stayed, and we both had a choice. And I'm like, all right, cool. So my whole life been is not to be him.
No doubt.
Not to be him. And not understanding who he was because I didn't ever know him. Like at 11 and 12, I don't know who my daddy is. I don't know him. You know what I'm saying? To understand what's going on or what's going on, how things go. So I didn't want to be him. So we still had a communication because my other brothers and sisters, they didn't want no parts of him. You know what I'm saying? So
Because of the hurt.
Yes, they hurt. So I'm playing.
That's what
basketball.
happens when you. That's what happens. Yeah.
I'm playing sports and I'm playing basketball. So we in the city championship. You know what I'm saying? My sophomore year when the city championship, I'm 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? And we still having conversations. I'm like, he coming to the game. You know what I'm saying? So my daddy gonna be here. So get to playing and doing whatever. So the game is over with. And I'm like, shit, I'm finna go up here and see my daddy. But he never showed up. And that's the end of our conversation or any type of communication that we had. I'm talking about 15 till I'm 37.
Wow.
22 years.
You know what I'm saying? Till I'm 37. And the crazy part about it is my first cousin, we go to school together at Simeon. So he's in contact with my dad all the time because it's my first cousin. And we talking like your dad is here, dad. And I'm like, look, I need to do whatever. But I'm in a hurt mode like, fuck him. You know what I'm saying? This is not what I want to do.
What year is this?
So this is my freshman sophomore year of high school. Okay. So we talking about like that. So I end up, my cousin, one of my relatives ended up passing on my dad's side. And my cousin is saying, hey, this person passed, your dad is gonna be in town. I'm like, oh shit. Right. My dad? Shit, okay. Now I'm 35. Okay, cool. I'm gonna see him. You know, I go to the repast. I mean, I go to the wake. My dad not there at the wake. The next day, I can't make it to the funeral. So I'm like, okay, I'll go to the repast and do whatever. So my cousin like, we gonna all be here at this house. So we get to the house, my dad there. I'm saying, so we get there and I'm talking to my dad and we chopping it up and doing everything and trying to build a relationship with each other from that part of it because somebody passed, you know what I'm saying? And then we do that, and now after that end, there's no other communication. It's like a dead end from that point on. You said, I'm like, all right, cool. It's okay. So I got a sister who is on a different side of family with my dad, and she reaching out trying to find me, you know what I'm saying? Because dad and I said, you got an older brother, blah, 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 and my dad's last name is Gates, and my last name is Smith, or my mother. So my sister is calling to the school year after year, like, I'm trying to find my brother. His name is Robert Gates. They like, well, I know Gates who work here. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, she like, no, his last name is Smith. So they like, man, your sister on the phone. I'm like, my sister will call my cell phone. Not, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
She's not going to call to the school looking for me. They were like, no, there's somebody on the phone saying that they're your sister and they looking for you. So I'm like, okay, cool. Just transfer the call over. So I started talking to her. She like, hey, look, my name is Brenda. I'm your sister. Your daddy name is Robert Gates. Blah, 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 blah. We get to the whole conversation. I'm like, okay, look, I'm busy. I'm going to call you back. She like, okay, please call me back because I'm trying to get all of our siblings together.
Uh-oh.
And my dad a Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying? He when you say that song, Rolling Stone, I got a sister who they the same age. They live 2 blocks from each other. He a dude.
Sniper.
Right.
Sniper.
He a dude. Sniper. We love each other. So I made it. And so we get to connecting or whatever, and we do what we do and get with my dad. So, and it's real shit. I ain't gonna lie. And I tell him, like, look, you missed out, dog. I ain't missed out. You helped me to be who I am. Because I don't want to be like you. And I don't know what happened. I told him, my mama told me, she ain't giving me no who wrong and who right in this situation. She could have been wrong, but she ain't give me no who wrong and who right. Only thing she told me was, I'm still here. That's all. I told him that. And you gone. And guess what?
What?
And I tell people all the time, you can forgive somebody and you can love them who they want to, and you can do. Me and my dad like the tightest people in the world right now. And he missed about 35, 40 years of my life. And I love him like he been there every day. I treat him no different. At the beginning, when we hang up from talking to each other, and I say I love you, it's a hesitation for him to say I love you back because he didn't know me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But now he called me and say, "How you doing, son? What's going on? I love you." And that's the most important thing. And the past is the past.
Right.
I don't even care about
A
that.
whole lot.
That's over
Hand
with.
claps.
That's
I'm just dealing with the moment.
That's it.
And I love him like he been here every day. You know what I'm saying? I respect him like he been, because he a part of me. Now, guess what? Like I told him, some of the stuff that I had going on, you missed out on it. You did. My kids know you. Everybody know you. That's good. That's the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But
That's the blessing.
that's what I love about it. So it's just a different world, man. I people don't understand, and I try to tell people all the time, and like, people don't know me. They don't know my struggle. They don't know what I've been through. They don't know what I'm going through.
Right.
They don't know none of that. They just see this part of it. And
Coach
like
Rob.
it's that ain't
You know
that
what I
ain't
They see
it.
the success.
They see
Yeah,
the
that ain't
success
it. That
part.
ain't it though. That's not even half of it right there. I done did it. I done did everything. I know I have. I did everything. I did everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
some stuff I'm not proud of. You know what I'm saying? But it was a survival mode.
But it's part of your fabric, which
Yeah.
is dope. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
and,
saying?
I'm not ashamed of it.
Yeah, never
It's who
should
I
be.
am. It's who I am.
It build
So,
character.
like I tell somebody, like when this thing all over with in a couple months,
Right.
this story gonna be unbelievable. You ain't gonna even believe it because you just
Right.
see this part of it. You ain't gonna even know like what I'm talking about right now, or what I'm doing right now, or what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? So for me to have on to be who I am is totally a blessing.
It
And
is.
it's a blessing who I am right now, and that's my mother being a strong black woman and taking 5 kids and raising us by herself. You know what I'm saying? And me being strong enough to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. You know, I wanted to be a professional basketball player just like everybody else. I played college basketball. I
Where?
went to
What school?
I went to junior college. I was a second team All-American at Casper, Wyoming, and second team All-American in junior college. Then I went to Baylor and played right after David Wesley played. Then I went to USAO, and I was an All-American there. Like, I wanted to be a professional basketball player, but one thing I learned is, like, what you going to do, and my coach told me that, Coach Hammer, what you going to do when that ball stop bouncing? When it stop bouncing, who you going to be? How you gonna be betrayed when that ball stop bouncing? And that's what I instill in everybody. When it's gonna stop,
Yeah, it's going to stop.
I don't care if you're a professional. It's gonna stop. So who you gonna be?
I got 2 questions for you, Rob.
I may be able to answer one.
Just one.
No, I got both of them.
First, what was the what, like, for Simeon? What made you want to choose, or how did Simeon became the coaching focus? Like, how did when somebody said, "Hey, won't you coach Simeon?"
No, it's funny because I coached at Curie first.
Okay. Ooh.
Mike Oliver, who the coach now still, was we childhood friends. He from LeClaire too. So I come home from college, and you know I'm home from college.
Right.
You guys are a little bit younger, so we're in the CBA is playing,
Right.
which is the G League now.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
The
Of
CBA
course.
is playing. So I'm coming home. I'm not drafted. I'm not any of that stuff.
Right.
None of that happens. But you could pay $40-$50 to go try out for the CBA. So my thing is to go try out for the Rockford Lightning, you know, and play. And I get hurt just in a pickup game at LeClaire. Tear my ACL, mess it up.
Damn.
So, and this is my thing. I'm there playing just to be doing some stuff for me to go to the tryout to see what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm a college player. Everybody kind of know who I am. You know, this whatever. But so I take my ACL. I'm like, okay, cool. So Mike, like, man, I'm coaching at Curie. Come up here. You know, with these. I said, man, I'm not messing with no kids. I don't listen. I don't buy no kids. I'm not doing none of that stuff. He was like, man, just come up here. Just come up. So I go up there on my crutches and I'm just chilling. with the kids. And I find myself like, why would you do that? Why would you make this play? Why did you do this? Why did you do that? With some kids that's on the side now. So he like, you gonna come back? I'm like, no, I'm not coming back. Because now, I mean, we feel be. I'm in the streets now. This when I come home from school. Like I'm in the streets now.
What year was this?
We talking about 90. I come home 94.
Okay, 94.
I'm in the streets. I'm a street guy. Shit, I'm trying to get some paper now. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here doing what everybody else doing at that time. And he like, no, you need to be doing this. You don't need to be doing that. You need to come here and do this. I'm like, man, look, I don't got the time for this. I got to be doing this to get this paper. I ain't got no job. This is what I'm doing. He like, all right, cool. So I go back. And I go back. And I'm like, damn, this looks like something I could do. You know what I'm saying? I don't got to do this. You know what I'm saying? Because this, I know what this going to lead to eventually. You know what I'm saying? It's going to run out. The process going to run out. And he like, man, just come do this. You know, you good.
So Mike knew you was.
He knew what I could do with this thing. You know what I'm saying?
So something was pulling you back to those kids. And
it wasn't
besides
the
Mike.
fact of that. It was just really like he was persistent about me doing it. Like I already know who you are, and I see what you're doing, and it's probably one you shouldn't be doing.
Is Mike older or same age?
He older than me.
Okay, go ahead.
But you're like, this not probably what you should be doing. Like, so I'm like, all right, cool. So I jump in with him and start coaching with him. You know what I'm saying? And then I jump in with him, and we win the freshman championship because I'm the freshman coach. We win it. The next year, I'm the sophomore coach. We win it. So we beat Simeon in the state championship.
Look at that.
What year was that? What year? Timestamp on that. What year is that?
95.
95.
96.
Okay.
96.
That was my. That's
we beat them in the state championship. So
He played against RFL.
So Coach Hamburger.
Pop it.
Shut up.
So Coach Hamburger, I love him like because he raised me.
Yeah.
So I always, whatever I was doing, I always went back to see him or whatever. So I go back to see him after we beat him, and he like, man, we just was talking about you. Man, Coach Mike, who was my coach, we just was talking about you. I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, look, Coach Mike is about to retire. We want you to come here. And this is why I respect him. And I'm like, come back here and coach. He like, yeah. I'm like, all right, cool. He like, do you got your degree? I'm like, no, I don't got my degree. I'm like 7 hours, 8 hours short. He like, you can't coach here. I'm like, what? You asking me to come? I ain't asking you. He said, you can't coach here because guess what? If something happened to me and you got to take over, you can't even do it because you don't have your degree. I said, all right, cool. Called my college coach, said, look, I need to come back and get my degree. He's like, no problem, you come back. I go back. I don't need a semester. Go back and get my degree. I come back. I'm there at Simeon with Bobby them when they going into their sophomore, junior year.
Bobby who?
Simmons.
Okay.
I go back with them. They sophomore, junior year. So we got a whole, thing going on. And it just turned around and my life just turned around at that point. Like, this is what I was called for, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And understand the game and doing what I'm supposed to do. But I'm helping young guys now and young coaches to understand, like, look, we was talking about coaches. So my mentors and people who I reached out to was Coach Mike at Dunbar, Coach Redman,
Fate
at
Michael.
Robeson,
Fate Michael. Yeah.
Coach Redman at Robeson, Coach Cox at King, Vince Carter at Von Steuben. Just like guys like this is the thing that we don't have and we missing right now is like Coach Cox. I took in my head like, you had all this talent. How do you mash the talent together to make everybody be one? How does that go?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How do you do that? Coach Redman, you this strict person. We got to run these sets. You got to do this. How do you get
Luther
them to do it?
Redman. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? How does that go? Vince Carter, you know everything about CPS.
Yeah.
You know everything about CPS. What's the rules? What's this? What's that? You know how do you deal with this? How do you deal with that? How did this go? George Stanton, you a disciple of Coach Hambrick. When you won with him, how did this go? How did you do this? My mentor, Coach Hambrick, I know you're a militant. This is how it has to go if you're gonna be successful. And I done took bits and pieces of all of them to be who I am.
Well,
And that's how it has to go. It's not going. You can't reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
You gotta go get the pieces from everybody to make the wheel be one. And people, these young guys, they not getting that, and they want to just be who they are. I got it. You don't have it because you don't know. So the story is like, I was gonna leave Simeon and go to Dunbar when when Fate Michaels had and left Dunbar.
Mm-hmm.
They called me like, hey, we want you to come. This, that, and other. I go.
What year?
Gotta be 98, 99, sometime that point.
Okay, all right.
So I tell Coach Hambrick I'm leaving. I'm going to Dunbar. He like, okay, cool, no problem. You ready to go? He said, do you think you ready to go? I said, yeah, I'm ready. I got everything together. He said, well, come to my office. I said, okay, cool. Come to his office. He said, I need you to run this eligibility sheet. I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know about it. How are you going to be a head coach someplace and you can't even run an eligibility sheet? You don't know what it takes for a kid to be eligible. You don't know none of this, but you talking about you want to be a head coach. Yeah, he told me, yeah, you granted to know what the X's and O's is, but this other part you don't know. How could you go do something and you don't know what this is going to look like? I'm like, I'm staying here, dog. Thank you. And you're like, I'm going to show you all this stuff before you need to go. If it's here, but I want to show you how it's going to look before you go. And these young guys, they want to jump the gun and do it before somebody can teach them what it's going to look like. Like, your kid is out there playing now.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell people all the time, we were saying that Chicago is the mecca of basketball. We're not the mecca of basketball right now. We're not even close to being the mecca of basketball right now.
Nope.
Nowhere near it.
No.
So we could stop it. Oh, you tripping? Or no, we're not the mecca of basketball because I'm all out seeing. We're not even close. We're in the back burner of basketball right now because our kids are not getting what they need to get to be and help us be the mecca of basketball, which you was doing at your park, what people was doing in elementary basketball. We don't have none of that stuff.
The lifestyle.
Because the thing was that Chicago have always been a grammar school, high school basketball town.
Yeah, and
that was it.
And we don't have that right now. So he see like his kid was at my last camp, and I drove it like it was y'all play this all the time. We're gonna do some drills. You're gonna get some stuff that you don't know, and I try to make them uncomfortable. Not stuff you could basically do. That ain't gonna help you. I'm making you uncomfortable. So
And
my
that
new
distance-
journey is to
That distance growth.
yeah.
when you
my
make
new
them
journey is to
uncomfortable.
make sure everybody understand like this is what we need to be going and what we need to be doing.
I agree.
So,
I agree with you, Rob. Because like I was watching New York City Point Guards with on Showtime, and
Did
they
you
was
see
so-
that? You see that one?
Yeah.
You see that show? Go ahead,
Yeah.
how I use the bathroom.
and how
Mike. You know it's right. It's right there.
um
Go ahead.
on New York City Point Guards, they was talking about the lifestyle and how like they were playing basketball outside, like what
Show 'em
BA
what a- yeah. Go
like
ahead.
what Be Able was talking about, like having like they was talking about people, places, and things. You know, the places like the Rucker, the entertainers ball league. You know, like the whole movement behind basketball, the lifestyle part of it, and he's right. You got outsiders coming in Chicago, trying to do pro-ams now.
Cause I'm gonna wait till Coach get back. Cause it was always a rule of thumb
Right,
about going to Simeon,
right,
and I gotta tell them what was out here.
right.
Cause I mean, I'm not trying to. I'm not. Well, I'm keeping it in the buck. My gym was hot.
Keep it a motherfucking buck, nigga.
Hayes Park.
Talk
Hayes-
your shit.
I made Hayes Park that hot.
Pop
that-
it.
I made Hayes Park that gym. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I came from Foster, so when I worked at Foster Park, and I worked at Foster Park under the special needs program with my cousin Cal. You know what I'm saying? And Cal had with Miss Foster. They had the AAU squad. So I learned my coaching tutelage from him. So when I was blessed to get my own park, I brought Foster Park to 85th in California. You know what I'm saying? So when I sat
What year
down,
was you at Foster?
I was at Foster with Cal.
Oh, with Cal. Yeah, Cal.
Yeah.
Legend.
You know what I'm saying? That's my cousin. That's my man.
Yeah, legend.
So, you know what I'm saying? So the tutelage I got from Cal, we used to go down state Special Olympics and kill. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to Hayes and created my own world, I took a little bit of Foster with me. So I was determined to create Hayes Park as Foster on the other side of Western. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my thing was that I would have the hottest tournaments. Like real shit, like Chuck, God bless Chuck. Chuck would bring Lil Tim to my tournaments because Tim was like, when he was in Miami, wouldn't nobody touch him. Chuck would bring Lil Tim to my tournaments because didn't nobody know him. You know what I'm saying? They would give him a pass. But when he came, my tournaments was, when it came to that Park District, man, you wanted to have, tournaments was everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tournaments created, make or break you. As a coordinator, as teams, as reps, as everything. You know what I'm saying? So when I created that atmosphere at Hayes, and I would get these kids, you know what I'm saying? When Cal used to bring Derek, you know what I'm saying? When Cal used to bring
Derek Randolph.
the press breaker. You dig what I'm saying? With the prison braids going to the back, nigga, and break a press. I was like, by himself, and dribble the ball hard to the motherfucker. I was like, Cal, who's this kid? First of all, how old is he? That was my question. You dig what I'm saying? But the thing was that, man, is that I came from the era, man, where when you blessed me with a gym, I made that gym what it's supposed to be
Sacred.
about, man. I
Sacred.
made it sacred, yo. Yeah. I made it the stage for I gave nicknames. I was that nigga on the sideline of the coaches. I gave nicknames. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing that's missing. That's the thing that's missing in Chicago.
So what was crazy, Rob, was and my tournaments got so known that I met Jeff.
Oh yeah, my
you
man.
dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Jeff would come to me first, like, "Hey, can I sit in?" I said, "Cool." So anytime Jeff would explain to me, "My name is Jeff. I'm from Simeon, yada yada yada," you know what I'm saying? Well, you sit right here with me.
Man,
so to sit with him
hard there.
Oh my God! Like that dude.
Man, he was the soul of my program.
Man,
for many years. Like,
man,
I
love Jeff.
I'm the soul rock of it.
Right.
But losing him to go to be with Jabari, was a killer to my program, and I don't have no problem with saying that.
Yeah, and that's real shit.
I don't have no problem with saying that because he gonna make sure that like any kid that could play, he got him to me.
He got him. He got
him to me. That he got it. Like
true story, and true story. And it's not a diss. Jeff came to my Alderman tournament. I never forget this shit. It was Cal and Miss Foster against the Tigers. I'd never forget this game. So while the game going on, it's a high competitive game, packed house. Jeff working his number in these bleachers, nigga. So the game over, the gym is cleared. I'm sweeping the floor. One of the coaches come to me like, "Cal, why you do that to me?" I'm like, "What are you talking about, coach? You let that guy right there," Jeff walking out the gym, Rob. He said, "You let that guy come over to my kids and take them all from me."
Whoa.
I said, "Coach, I didn't know that." Jeff hit him with the mean streak speech.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I didn't know that. So I catch Jeff outside. I'm like, "Jeff, what?" He was like, "You know how Jeff, man, my fault, man. Yeah. You know, I saw what I saw." And I was like, "Jeff, but you got to come holler at me because this coach is devastated now because all of his 1 through 10s
Going to
is
Jason.
gone is coming to see Rob. Now his 1 through 10s is gone. Now his 5 through 12s is his 1 through 10s. So the thing was that, and I say this all the time, man, I miss the gym. I miss the camaraderie. I miss that because I learned a lot. I instilled a lot. I heard a lot of names. I met a lot of people, man. And
That
what
lifestyle.
instilled in me with that gym shit, man, is basketball is basketball. But as a coach and as a mentor, you pour life into these kids,
But the other
and
side,
you
not
find
to
their
cut you
direction.
off, it probably miss you too.
Man, I swear they
Seriously,
call me all the
because-
time.
because they don't have that no more.
They man,
Somebody who truly care about like them. They ain't got nothing to do with how good you are, what school you going to.
None of that
Just
shit.
the pure like basketball aspect is what we're missing. And
I
we don't
swear,
have.
yo, like
It's all about
Yeah.
your name and this, that, and the other. It is.
We got
kind of sad.
The
like,
parks is there, but there's no tournaments at the park.
but
like
they
that.
miss somebody like him who
I ran them,
don't
bro.
do them like get anybody to come to
Like,
the
I
park.
was just
like
saying-
like
I was
like
just- I was
like
just
real
saying-
shit, like real shit on
I
some
was
personal shit. Like I was the sit down when the Hall brothers' dad came and talked to me about Brandon and Brian.
Yeah.
About Brandon couldn't handle Whitney Young. He couldn't handle the books,
Yeah.
but
Facts.
Brian could.
Yeah. Facts.
But Brian played like Iceman Gervin because he was so quiet and smooth. Brandon loved the limelight. So he was the perfect fit for you.
Yeah.
But the other brother was so smooth and quiet, man. But that's the relationship I built. Like his parents, I talked to Brandon, his dad, the relationship I built with these kids, man, because I kept it buck with them. I told them when they wasn't shit. I told them when they had a good game, because my open gyms was closed. If you wasn't hooping, you couldn't come in my gym. Because I didn't want no bullshit, because the gang banging shit I didn't allow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
This was what year? Time
This was honestly this was like
2000.
2000.
Yeah,
Okay.
2000. You know what I'm saying? Like I told niggas when I was at Hayes, I told niggas I'm the only gangster in this gym. All that folk shit and all that shit is dead when you walk in my gym. I'm the only nigga that run this. You just got to go by my rules.
Hit it.
But when they told me that what school they played at, because the only two hottest gyms on that side of Western was Hayes and Marquette at the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Real
Facts.
shit.
That's facts.
That real shit. So when my
And not
tournaments
for
was
older
over,
people. It's like for what you saying for high school kids. That want,
so
that want
real shit. When my tournaments was over, Marquette ran a tournament. When Marquette tournament was over, I ran a tournament. I kept my gym busy because I like talent. I like to know what's in this city.
I gotta get to him. You got a question?
I have three, but I'll go to the first one.
you can do whatever you got. I got you. You got on Nike, so I answer all your questions. You got 20 questions. I got you. I'm talking to these
Switch
dudes.
seat, one switch seat. We can switch seat.
Yeah, I'm talking to these dudes. They got on 3 stripes. The producer got on 3 stripes. All type of shit. Everybody ain't got 3 on stripes. Me and you.
I've got 3 questions. But my first one, and it speaks to what y'all talking about. What's the toughest situation you've been in coaching wise? Not for the team, but for you yourself. Like, what's the situation that was like, this is giving me a little anxiety or I'm a little nervous, like, and it might be in game, it might be practice, it might be off the court, but as a coach.
The toughest thing when that is, and I tell people all the time, coaching talent is harder than anything in the world. It is. So when you got 6, 7, 8 Division I players on the court, how do you manage that?
Right.
Hit it.
Right.
How do you manage that? And how does that go? So I've been fortunate, and I don't know about nobody else, but I've been fortunate to have Derrick Rose, who is a team player. I've been fortunate to have Jabari Parker, who's a team player.
Pop it.
I've been fortunate to have Tanner Horton Tucker, who's a team player. So
Pop
it
it.
ain't about the horn and none of that. So they kind of helped me get through that part. 'Cause
Okay.
them decisions that you gotta deal with, you know what I'm saying? You're dealing with 7, 8 people, but really you're dealing with 20, 30 people. The outside voice besides them and making them to become B1. So just dealing with the talent part. That was and the thing I think that helped is me, how I carry myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm cool.
Yeah.
And I'm calm. And I
Yeah.
don't got no rattle to me and nothing like that. So I think that part kind of got me to be able to do that. You know, you got Derrick Rose averaged the most points on my team his sophomore and junior year. Tim Flowers did.
Yeah.
Tim Flowers averaged. He lead scorer junior and senior year. Derrick didn't average that. Jabari averaged the most points on my team the whole time when he was there. But you talking about a pro. You know what I'm saying? Who willing to say, okay, coach, I get 16, 17 points for the nature of the team. That's something else,
good.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
so I
adjustment.
remember with Jabari, I remember like we in conditioning when his freshman year and conditioning over with, and I'm going to get ready I'm going to go punch out from work. You know what I'm saying? Because we still doing it. And he running up to me like, Coach, I need to talk to you. Coach, can we talk? I'm like, yeah, but I'm finna go punch out. I'm finna punch out. He's like, I just got to say one thing. I'm like, well, what's up? He was like, Coach, can you do me a favor? I said, anything, Jabari. Can you make sure you be on me harder than everybody else? So what are you talking about? He said, Coach, I don't want them to think you give me anything. I said, why would you think that they would think that I'm giving? He was like, because my name, I don't want them to think that you just let me do whatever. Can you be on me hard?
Yeah.
Right.
So they can understand that we all the same people.
Mm.
And I'm like, no problem, I got you.
That's a team
if
player,
that's what
though.
you want, if that's what you want, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So it those things like to take some kids who don't know it, I mean, that's not that talented. And and the thing about it is I can think that and understand that, but I don't know it. But trying to get 8, 9 kids who could really play and get them to be one, that's a task.
That's a task.
I can
That's
feel it.
especially dealing with their parents and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like you said, you
Hell
dealing with
yeah.
7 to 8
Yeah.
people, but
But-
you really dealing with 20 or
Yeah.
30 people,
Yeah.
maybe 40 or 50 people because
Yeah.
they all are influence.
Yeah, definitely.
To get to the next question, any player that you didn't coach that you wish you would have coached?
Hit it.
That's a good question. That's a very good question.
Guess what? You the only person in the world ever asked me that.
Nice.
You the only person.
On
ever-
Reasonable Ignorance Podcast.
No doubt.
Hit it.
Yeah, you the only person. It could be a couple of them. Be honest with you.
You give me 3. If it's a couple, give me
No.
3.
I'm gonna give you one.
Okay.
Yeah, give him one.
I'll give you one. Stephon Hanna.
Yeah.
Pop it.
Yeah.
Stephon Hanna. I wanted Stephon Hanna to be a Simeon.
Yeah. I
Bad.
see that.
I wanted him bad.
Wow. Can you give me the why behind
was a
it?
Simeon player.
Yeah,
He would have took us over the top of what we was trying to do at that time. And he went to Hyde Park.
Okay.
Yeah, he went to. Yeah.
I did everything I could do to try to get him. Some of his relatives went to Simeon. They all did it. I'm like, no, how you gonna break the cycle? He lived down the street from Simeon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you need to go here. But he had some relatives that went to Hyde Park. He was a Hyde Park kid, me and him joke about it all the time. And I'm gonna give you another one too.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you another one. So we joke about it all the time. And I'm like, that's why you don't got no ring.
Hit it.
Bars.
But he's somebody who I thought who could have made our program so much better at the time.
Mm-hmm.
At this time. So and I as we talking about this, it came up to me, and this is real life and this is real talk. And we
Oh,
doing
this
it.
finna be big.
Yeah, it's gonna be real big.
Oh, this gonna be big.
AD.
Ooh.
I feel that.
Bars.
You know what? What's
AD.
crazy? What's crazy because I never forget. I had a fall tournament, and it was a guy Rudy, and Rudy had Derek. He had AD when they were young, so they ran the tournament, and in the summer, I was like, Rudy, you running with the same kids? He was like, yeah. I said, well, who that big tall motherfucker over there? He was like, that's AD. I said, get the fuck out of here. I said, he had a growth spurt like that?
Facts.
Like real shit, bro. Like I had to really go over there and look like
Little kid with the guy.
Damn, because he
Yeah,
had
that nigga
guard
just-
skills
Yes.
at that height.
Yeah, that nigga
He
was
had
crazy.
a year growth spurt. It freaked me out, bro.
So AD is the other person I wish I could have coached or didn't. You know, it just was a different situation. So when AD was in 8th grade coming out, I got Taiwan Pickney, who played for me, point guard. They all was with Sonny. at the
Yeah,
time.
they
all
was.
played with Sonny
Okay.
for Sonny AAU team.
Yep.
AD did too. AD was a kid who had some goggles on and just sat in the corner and they passed him the ball and he just shot it. That's all he did.
That's all he did.
That's all he did then, 8th grade. So they had Taiwan. They had I can't get to that. They had 5 other guys who were the guys. Taiwan came with me. The other 4 guys went to Farragut because they lived out west, and Taiwan lived out west. AD went to Perspective.
Yep.
Because grades, this, that, and the other. So whatever. So AD used to be at St. Canabinas because that's where he went to elementary school at.
Yep.
Keeping the clock all the time. So me going to St. Canabinas watching elementary kids, seeing him at the gym shooting around when it's halftime or doing whatever, blah, 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 blah. Jeff again.
Right.
Here goes Jeff again.
Jeff, a
So-
monster.
We going through the whole process, and Jeff like, Rob, it's a kid who from Perspective, he's 6'7", 6'8". He want to come to Simeon. I'm like, who is this kid? I don't know him. He said, Anthony Davis, twin sister.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool. So this is 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Going
won the
into
state.
12,
We didn't
yeah.
won the state championship.
Yep.
We won the state championship. So, Dad come, they come. I have a summer camp at Simeon. They bring AD to the camp. Everybody there, we talking, doing everything. They like, hey, we want them to come there to Simeon, both people. So, here's the story. And Chuck can tell you.
Yeah.
Chuck can tell you. So we sitting there. So I'm bringing back everybody on my team. Everybody is coming back. We just won the state championship. This is our first one after Derek Lee. We didn't won year 1 with Jabari, all them. Jabari freshman, we didn't won year 1. So everybody is coming back the next year. You know what I'm saying? And AD there, his sister there, his mama there, his dad there. We talking, we doing everything. And so I say to them, like, look, let me think about this. Let me go back and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But I'm bringing my whole team back. I'm bringing everybody back who've been loyal to me the whole time.
Right.
So we come back. We're in the gym for my camp. I got a camp going on. They come back. And I tell his dad, like, I can't take them. Because I got these other kids.
Yeah. Right.
I can't take them because I got these. I just can't do it. These kids been here since they was freshmen. I can't do it. I can't take
And you know what that's gonna mean if you bring him
Yeah,
on too.
I mean, but he not AD then.
right.
He not AD. He not
At all.
AD in there. He just.
But still,
His
even to
kid.
just
He
bring
just
him,
had
just to
him.
bring him and
just
try
to
to
bring-
fit him
yeah.
in.
So
Yeah.
the summer going on, and now he become to be AD, and I'm looking like, damn, did I make the wrong decision? You know what I'm saying? So he go be who he is, and we still win the state championship. But now whenever I see him, or we talk or whatever, because he in the family with us,
Appreciate
and
it.
guess what he say?
What do you say?
Man, I supposed to have 3 rings. High school,
Ah,
college, and
now
NBA. You ain't take me, so I can't get out of high school ring. And we joke about it all the time because he knew, like, I was loyal to my kids.
Yeah.
Now that he's grown. You know
he
what I'm
still
saying?
want to fuck
and
with
his
that.
daddy, like,
Yeah.
I respect that. When I see his daddy, like, you know what, I respect what you did because I could have took him just to take him.
Just to take him,
but I respect the people I had that. We
you
just
had-
won.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just won, and he was Sonny Kid with Jabari, and I could have did that because of Sonny and everything else. But I'm like, I got these other kids here, and the crazy part about it is, one of the kids ended up transferring when the school year started, and one of the kids didn't get eligible when the school year started. But it's just the fact that I was respecting them because they were there. You know You know what I'm saying? And he stayed in perspective and did what he did.
Yeah.
But it's the fact we laugh and joke about that every time we see. He was like, man, I was supposed to have 3 rings. Man, I was supposed to have a state championship ring with y'all, NCAA ring, and I got an NBA ring. And it is what it is. But that's a great question because
That's a dope question.
I do really regret not being.
That's crazy. I didn't think we
Because
was gonna
guess
get
what?
that.
I always tell people I'm the dumbest coach in the world, not taking AD.
Wow.
Hit it.
They trying to grab. They trying to grab him.
Yeah.
The Bulls.
The boys.
Yeah.
How do you deal with how do you deal with college coaches?
So, what recruiting or
Yeah.
so I talk to all the coaches. Everybody, it's a respect thing. So everybody kind of respect me now, who I am. You know what I'm saying? What I did, all the time. That's the respect thing. So I'm gonna tell you about if your son being recruited by Michigan State.
Mm-hmm.
That's your son. That's your thing. That's y'all thing.
Mm.
I'm gonna tell you my pros and cons of Michigan State.
Okay.
I'm not gonna get into what y'all want to do or fighting and say, because at the end of the day, y'all gotta be the ones who make that decision. So I'm not gonna step in and say, "Oh, you should go to Illinois because this, that, and the other," and then the shit don't work. Then you looking at me like, "Oh, you told me to go there, coach, and the shit don't work." No, you gonna go to Michigan State. The shit don't work. We're gonna come back. We're gonna revamp and we're gonna get it together.
Right.
Letting them make the
That's your
choice.
kid, not my kid. You get what I'm saying? So that's the thing I do. Like now, if you say, so I'm gonna give you a synopsis of how I go. So you look at Jabari Parker and his family. Like, we want you to be a part of his recruitment. So everything that's going on, I want you to be a part of it. I want you to talk to Izzo. I want you to talk to Mike Setsky. I want you to talk to all these people. I want you to be a part of his recruitment. Anytime somebody come in town, I want you to be there to deal with them with us. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to do this. All of us going to do this together. Not just you, whatever. So that's how I go. But I'm not in the fact of being in people's recruitment because that's your kid. It's not my kid. I love him to death, but that's not my kid. What I like might not be what y'all like. But I'm going to go with what y'all like because
That's what y'all like.
It's your kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. And if it don't work, then we come back to me and we going to make sure that it works the next thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. Because you don't want nobody saying, like, this is my thing. I don't want nobody saying, oh, coach, you told him to go to this place, it didn't work, and now you did. No. Because money be involved in some situations and all that type of stuff be going on. And you're not going to never say that, oh, you took some money and that's what it is. No, I ain't take nothing because you talked to him. I ain't talked to him.
Right.
I ain't
Pop
deal
it.
with him.
Right. That was your decision.
That's what you and your family, y'all did that. It's not going to be a coach in America, in the world, that's going to say Robert Smith took any money from them.
Hit it.
Nice.
And I guarantee you that.
And class.
Not a dime. Not nothing. I'm not going to do none of that stuff. That's not who I am. I'm a poor black person from the west side of Chicago. I'm going to make my ends meet.
Hit it.
So I'm not going to support your kid, do none of that stuff. I'm not going to do that. But so going back to what you're saying is like the recruitment part is hard. You know what I'm saying? Because you want everybody to be successful. You know what I'm saying? And you want them to do what they got to do. But I'm going to give you your child to make sure they do what they're going to do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to be in the middle of it and trying to get it all up in there. I had the luxury when Jabari was playing with me or was in me. I had the luxury of being able to see every coach in America pull up at my school and recruit them. Every coach in America. I'm talking about everybody. You name when they was there.
Yeah.
But the realest thing, and it's before Jabari, was Coach Cal. And Coach Kyle was real. That's why I love him.
That's a real motherfucker.
Man,
Paterno,
real
correct?
nigga. I love him to death.
That's a
He
real
ain't
dude.
no coach in America like Coach Kyle.
Ain't no
Really?
No,
Really?
not-
You talking
not
about
one of them.
Paterno, correct?
Ain't nobody.
No. He said
Calipari.
Coach Cal.
Coach
Cal- oh,
Cal.
Calipari. Okay.
Calipari, not one of them. So
Calipari.
Cause
here's the deal. Here's
Calipari, G.
The deal. Here's the
said
deal. So
Patino.
Yeah.
he
Three
co-
I'm tweaking.
he recruiting Derek.
Cognac got him.
Yeah.
He recruiting Derek, and we doing. He coming to the gyms and we talking. He say, "Coach,
Stories.
I love what you're doing with Derek, but I'm not recruiting you. I want the kid.
Yeah.
You say he want the what?
He want
I want the kid. Got nothing to do with you.
at all.
Nothing to do with you.
I had this
I
conversation with
respect
Reggie
what- I
and
res-
Brenda.
I respect what you're doing.
Straight up.
I respect everything you're doing with the kid. You're doing a great job with him, coach him and all that stuff, but I'm not here for you. I'm here for him.
Yeah.
We ain't going out to dinner. We ain't finna. I'm not taking you to the bar and buy you the drinks and all that type of. I'm here to get him.
Yeah.
So I want him, his mama, his brother, whoever that's
Whoever,
gonna be a
yeah.
part of it. That's who I want.
But Rob, you put your ego to the side?
I don't have no choice because guess what? That's real.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Next year I got another kid, Coach Cal. I ain't coming up there, Rob, because he's not
not
Kentucky.
Derek.
He's not Kentucky worthy of it.
But
But that's
real,
This
dude.
is the part that we don't get. That's real. I only want the kid, and I'm good with that. So guess what? So I have a lot of coaches who come in every year. Oh, you want to go to dinner? You want to go this? You want to do that? You just trying to pacify me.
They want you to do their job.
you
I want somebody who gonna say, "Nah, guess what? This who I want. This what I'm here for. This what we're gonna do."
so you don't want the schmooze shit.
Nah, I want none of that.
Why?
I'm from out west. We don't got no smooth shit.
Hit it. The schmooze. When I say schmooze, I say schmooze. You
No, I can buy my own steaks.
Yeah. Because
I
it's
go
too.
all
You
the
just
fan-
want to get
I
taken to
go
dinner,
all the fancy
nigga.
restaurant
Jamal.
myself.
He just want a
Jamal.
steak. He want a
It's
free
crazy
steak over
when-
there.
no. That's ego though.
Jamal.
Not
You gotta
for
drop
me.
your ego though.
No.
You know who you dealing with?
His
nigga?
ego ain't got nothing to do
dealing
with that
Brenda.
situation though.
Rewind.
You dealing with a Brenda.
His ego ain't got nothing to do with that situation.
Rewind
Brenda,
again.
nigga.
Rewind again. I got to say it. And that's a revelation right there. Revelation. Well, whatever this shit is.
An epiphany?
Taking over.
Epiphany.
An epiphany?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Stand
Jamal,
up
I
and
don't
spin
want
around.
none of that.
Look.
I'm a straight, hard ass nigga who had nothing.
So you respect that coming from him?
yes, I respect that.
You said, fuck all that bullshit.
I want the kid.
Yeah.
Because it's about the kid, right?
Yeah.
I
You ever
want the
watch-
kid.
you
I
ever watch
respect
his-
you.
you ever watch
Guess what?
his-
I respect
his 10
your
for 10?
coaching. I respect what you're doing for him. I give you all of that. I'm here for the kid. I'm not here to take you out and flourish you around all this
You
stuff.
can't go in nobody else's household and do that shit all the time, can you?
He can.
He can.
So him, Saban, and everybody else can go do
Yeah.
that shit right now.
But guess what? I'm a different breed. Guess what? The motherfucker who coaching at UIC could do that to me, because I'm not that type of person. Everybody else is different. I respect the game, because you don't want me. You ain't saying I'm taking you and me. You want
You taking the kid.
Exactly. The kid coming with me next
Yeah.
season. You still gonna be a coach.
If Ewan,
Yeah.
if Ewan came to you like that, then what?
Huh?
If Patrick Ewan from Georgetown came to you the same way, then what?
Man, I missed that.
It's the
gym
same
shit, bro.
thing.
Wait,
You
hold
want
on.
the kid.
Listen.
I
He
miss
don't
it.
want me. If you saying that you want me, that's something totally different. You want the kid.
Tino Bodine.
We got a package deal. You want him or you want me. I'm not in depth in a package deal.
Right.
Because guess what? This is the thing that I have with everybody. Like I'm a coach. I know more than a lot of coaches know who coach college or NBA. So you can't package me up with nobody.
I'm not saying about the package, but the way you make it seem, Coach, that he just said in so many words,
Scoot over.
fuck yeah.
No, you taking
it's
it
a
the wrong
respect
way.
thing.
No.
You taking it the wrong way.
Respect
I see where
you
you're
taking it
going.
the wrong
though.
way.
I see where
Let me
you're
cook
going.
right
Yeah.
here. Let me cook.
And land
He's-
your plane.
The way you made it sound, fuck you.
No.
I just want the kid.
No. Not,
I don't want to
know
do
who
all that
Kyle
bullshit.
is, though,
I'm
G.
not finna do all that bullshit with you. Fuck you. I want the kid.
No, it's a
Okay.
respect thing. Like, look, dog, I respect everything you're doing. I don't have to take you out to dinner to show you that I
want the
respect what
kid.
you're doing.
Exactly.
I just want the
I want the
kid.
kid.
Exactly. That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
not.
Don't
I'm
tap
not,
dance
so,
with me.
So
Give me
now,
what
guess
it
what?
is.
So
Did
here's
you
the-
give him the? Did you give him the forward?
Yeah. So here's the
Did
thing.
you give
So-
him the? Did you? Let me ask this real quick. Did you give him the? Did you give him before you all met? Did you say in the channels, "Hey, I'm not with all that." Whatever.
No, I respected him more because that's what we came to.
Right.
So like, guess what? So here's the thing: when you're doing this part, so it's like, okay, I'm coming in. This is Coach Cal. I'm coming in. I'm recruiting your kid. We got him. So I take you out to dinner. We talk. We do all this type of stuff. We do everything. So now I think that we are friends or we're cool, and this is what we do. So the next year, I think you're coming back in to do the same thing, but you don't have this kid that I want. This is what I'm telling you.
So I'm
it's
not
like,
pulling up.
I'm not coming to you.
Exactly.
So
Shut us.
I'm
Right,
just going
because
to
you
get
have
the
nothing
kid.
to
You
offer
ain't
me.
got
what I
you
want.
gotta know
Exactly.
in your head that this is a business.
Exactly.
So
It's a
guess what?
business first, man.
So I tell everybody, and I tell the guys who coaching in Chicago, you still have to pull up in my joint because you coming home. You ain't this not that. Out of respect of me, of who I got, you got to say this. Or not even my place. You got to go down the street to diet.
Yeah.
You got to go down the street.
Yeah.
You from here, you got to go down the street. They might not just go down there and just say, hey, what's up, coach?
You have to.
Because Coach Cal only going to go to certain places. He's not going. He's not
He ain't
doing
gonna
that.
take a tour of the city.
Roy Williams wasn't going to every places and doing that. So, but guess what? What we do is in this situation, we think that everybody think that we friends. Oh, this is a friendship. Like, okay, you pulled up my joint, so now we cool and we friends. And I call you because I'm recruiting them. And, man, you ain't got no more players. I can't call you no more. Okay. What are we having a conversation? But this is what I love about Coach Cal.
That question.
With no players, he still call me. Coach Cal still call me
Because
with
that's
no
a
players.
respect, though. That's a respect.
When I see him, we still have our whole joint like I got players. When I see it, if I walked out the door right now and Coach Cal was out the door, we're gonna chop it up like I got 5 high major players for him. That's just the respect that we got now. You know what I'm saying? Because he understands who I am. Like, this was early in my career. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I'm saying?
And hold that. Handcuffs for that, G. Because you got a nigga from the west side that's chopping up with major coaches that's coming to see him.
Yeah.
That want what he got.
And this everybody not like that. So this is the thing I tell people all the time. Like, this is my new thing. Like, you're gonna respect our kids. You're gonna respect our city.
Right.
So like, you're not gonna come in this town and disrespect our kids. You're not gonna be able to get our kids and mistreat them when they come to your college campus and stuff like that.
It's a
Like, thinking they're
brotherhood,
gonna do it
yo.
like that. Cause guess what? At the end of the day, everybody like me and everybody respect me because they know I'm real, and I ain't gonna sugarcoat nobody. And I tell my kids, I tell my parents, I tell everybody, I'm not finna lie for nobody. If you ain't that good, you just not that good.
Period.
Yeah.
I ain't
I've
finna
had
do
that.
I'm not about to be going to
I
say,
sure had
okay,
that.
you okay, and you need to be going there. No, that's not what it's gonna be. Because guess what? My integrity and my character is more bigger than anything that's going on.
Yeah.
I agree
saying?
with you, Rob.
So
on
name
that.
is your brand.
Yeah, so
Word up.
we have to understand that as a group. We have to understand as a culture. We have to understand as a universe. We have to understand as black people that that's who we are. And we got to be real with our kids. We got to be real with everybody else's kids. That's what we got to do. And them, I tell, I don't know if you was in my parent meeting, them ride homes are something different
They
than
different.
anything else.
They
Like,
so different.
Man, my kid get in the car, and I don't got no conversation about none of that really happening in the game. We'll have that conversation on a different time because guess what? I put you with this coach. And this what I tell everybody. Somebody told me when my kids was younger, and my daughter wasn't playing, my son was a little playing like, and their son was on my team. You gonna see it different when your son is playing and you got to dip. No, I'm not gonna see it different because I'm a coach. guess what, dude? If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you shouldn't be out there.
No nepotism.
Cause you know what's
And
crazy.
guess what? Not to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Me and him had this conversation a little minute ago, didn't we? He like, well, your son just out there. Guess what? This what he want to do. He played 2 grades up. This what you want to do. You don't gotta go out there, man. You can go play with the people your age, and you can never get out the court.
Yeah.
But you want to go play with these
Step
people?
up.
You gotta do
You
what
gotta
you gotta
do what you gotta do.
I'm not about to go be talking to no coach about he should be doing that and why you not doing this, and even with the people with his age.
Cause
I got some thoughts on some stuff that how it should be with the people with his age and what that ain't it. Guess what? He's smiling, he have a great time. That's it.
question from Tina. What? So, and it's funny, Rob. It's funny, Rob. Like real shit. Like my gym sessions were open gym. When it was over, we would have sit arounds. Right. So I would let a couple parents sit in. So one father straight up told me, like, I said, well, hey, where your son going? He said Simeon, right? So I said, and I told him flat, I said, I'm not a dream killer, but do you know Jeff? First. Right. He was like, who is that? And I just flat out told him, like, most likely you're not gonna go there. Right. Because it's twofold. Like it was a room on the streets for first. First was you had to know Jeff. The second room was you had to hang out or have a drink with Rob for a kid to play at Simeon. And I was like, nah, that ain't really how it goes.
Yeah, I won't cut you off. And I don't even hang out with drink with none of my parents.
And that's what I asked was like, where did you hear that from?
So like the thing about it is like Kendrick Nunn and Melvin Nunn.
Right.
Melvin Nunn was when I was a freshman, Melvin Nunn was a senior. Melvin Nunn was my college coach when I went to college. His son came to my school, and even Chuck. When Chuck came, Chuck wanted to be coaching. I said, guess what? You can't coach for me with your son now.
Right, exactly.
When you leave, you can.
It's a conflict of interest.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't even hang out with people's parents.
And that's what I was trying to explain.
You know
like,
what
I'm like,
I'm a different dude.
Where'd you hear that from?
So, he don't know, but my whole life is not on the south side of Chicago. My whole extra life is on the west side of Chicago.
Because and this is some real shit. I mean, and by me having the caliber of gym that I had and hearing your name and hearing Whitney Young, hearing Morgan Park, hearing these schools, and just to keep it fair, I would protect the integrity of all you guys. Because the fact of for a parent to tell me, well, if I don't have a drink with Jeff or Coach, I won't be able to play at Simeon. I was like, well, have you talked to any one of them guys? You know what I'm saying? Because my thing was like I said was for me working for the Park District, and if anybody know the Park District situation, for you to get blessed with a full court gym,
right? You
had to cherish that.
Yeah.
And you had to protect names that was slandered in your gym.
Yeah, definitely.
Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I do grammar school tournaments. I did high school tournaments. And to hear these coaches' names, me as the director of it, I couldn't pick a side.
Yeah.
I had to protect each one of these guys' integrity so a parent can choose with integrity. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying? So, I mean, and Simeon, and I ain't gonna front, Simeon was the go-to because I had I had everybody there but Derek. I had Kevin, I had Tim, I had Brandon,
Kevin,
I had Brian, I had all these guys. So when parents come up to the gym and drop their kids off, they seeing the Simeon top 4, not seeing all the 5.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Because me and B.O.'s mom would argue all the time. His grandmother would argue because she was the principal at Carol Rosenwald.
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So the relationships I had with these kids goes beyond, but it always led back to Rob because of the respect factor.
That's huge because that was my kids.
Exactly.
You know
you dig what I'm saying? Them all his kids. that I knew that
You
he
raised
grabbed and he raised and he taught.
Wait. For you hop in.
So for
No, go ahead. Finish your statement.
So for me to be a part of that, and for us to meet later on after that.
And that's crazy because, like, I never went to them places.
Exactly. I never seen him at them places.
And I had to go to them places
you
because Jeff was there.
Because Jeff was there. So
You
that
saying?
was
So,
Jeff
like-
was my
Yeah.
go-to guy at all time. Every tournament that I had, every ultimate tournament I had, every intermediate tournament I had, Jeff was there.
Yeah, that was my man.
Not even knowing how he found out. But Jeff would keep it a buck.
And
He would come straight to me and was like, he would ask this
downfall-
one question.
I mean, not the downfall.
He would ask me, who run this tournament? I said, it was me, Jeff. Jeff was like my right hand. Jeff would follow me around. Jeff would introduce me to kids. I introduced him to kids, the coaches, the parents. And the thing was that I told Jeff was that it's open market, but you got to come to me first because I don't want it to feel like it's a one-sided situation.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And like Chuck is like a brother. Jelani like a
Ball up
student
top.
of this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Lil Lawrence like a student of this shit. I've been knowing these kids since they was like 7, 8 years old.
So, I mean, I'm gonna let you get your question off.
My last question, because it was going to
We
be
got to
my
get to his last question.
It was going to be my first question, but
Go
it's
ahead,
going to be my
knock
last
it
question,
out.
and
Yeah,
it
get to the
piggybacks
last
off of what
question. Yeah, get to the
Jamala
last
asked you. How do you feel about the NIL and what it's doing to college? But I know that's trickling down into high school too.
Hit it.
How do you feel about
Nick did his
NIL,
research,
NIL deals,
shit.
and what it means for players, what it means for schools, what it means just for the overall demographic of the situation of, and to speak to what you do, high school basketball,
Putting
not
you on-
necessarily college, but high school
Putting you on the
basketball.
spot.
We're like 25 years behind.
Pop it.
Talk to him.
Yeah, we're like 25 years behind. Like the old banners. I mean, when they
Old
first
banners
came out
with the video
on the
games.
video game, that's the NIL. So
ULC.
people don't even understand that and don't even remember that or even want to talk about that. That's the
They-
start of the NIL, and that's where we at right now because they like
'Cause of
hey,
that
you
lawsuit.
using us, yeah. So that's
Yeah.
it. And you supposed to get paid for what you do.
Everybody,
Period. At any
everybody
level,
that's
correct?
getting NIL money, you
Yeah,
owe the
I got
old
you.
Bannons 50 bands.
So I'm just
Hit
like,
it!
I'm all in for it. NIL is one of the best things in the world that came up. College players should be getting paid.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I'm in all
your image,
agreement
your
with all that
name,
type of
yeah.
stuff.
What about high school players?
I think high school players should be getting paid if you worthy of it. I mean,
If you generating that,
yeah,
yeah.
you
If you
you
worth
thinking
it.
of people like, I mean, I'm gonna say LeBron kids. You know that they don't. You know, just Mickey with all them people. They deserve it. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you can do, and you can orchestrate all these people to come. Like so, I have a tournament. I run tournaments. So if I could put Mickey Williams in my tournament and sell it out and do what I gotta do, that's
Because
what
he
it
just
is.
got
Got you,
500
Bodie.
million
Yeah,
from
got- yeah,
from I think it was Yo Gotti with the CMG
yeah,
joint.
so and it's crazy because I mean you saying that and we talking about it. So like my he know my my son a little advanced for who he's supposed to be at this age and what he doing. And I always joke with some of my older guys like, man, if you ain't got no NIL, we ain't talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying?
but that's setting, but
but I'm-
that's
but
tone,
I'm-
though.
and I'm-
That's
I'm
setting the
saying
fucking
it.
tone.
That's
I'm
setting the
saying it
brand.
to
Hell
them.
yeah.
I'm saying it to them in a joking way.
But you mean
But
it.
you
But
real
I really
shit.
mean it.
But I
Like,
really
West
mean
side
it.
of you like
when
real
he
shit.
in
Say it
fifth-
again one more time.
I'm saying them in a joking way, but I really mean it because he in 5th grade in 3 years, it's gonna be big.
It's time.
Hell yeah.
And we can get to it.
For him, and not I ain't want him to pimp. All the kids like him. All the kids love him. He that kid. You know what I'm saying? And not because he's my kid. I don't know if it's because he's my kid or not, but he's that kid. Everybody likes him.
You
like,
put the work in though, coach.
yeah, but it's like they like him.
But
for
you gotta
whatever he
really
is. Yeah,
Put the
find out
work
what
in
it's
for
about.
both
though.
of them though, G.
It's like the fact
Like
of,
real shit.
Yeah, but he know. I mean, it's a different thing. If you go in the gym, if you come in the gym with my son up in there, and you just see him not like playing, just hanging around and stuff, you gonna be like, who is this little kid right here? Because he's just a joyful kid. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And everybody like him, and he gonna do what he gonna do when he on the court. He gonna do that. That's not it about the playing part. It's just like the inactive he is with all the kids. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times he around the older kids, so he know all of them. He
that's
deals with all
yeah.
the kids.
Because that's what we all know about the step up shit.
So he deal with all the older kids, and it's like, and I'm joking, but I'm serious. Like, man, I know what this thing gonna be because I'm finna stop doing this.
Exactly.
And for my kid, he gonna have to get this. So this the NIL for him. So I'm all for it.
No doubt.
I'm all for it.
We know who are some of the best players Rob coach, but who are some of the best important players that might not get the headlines but are just as equally important to winning and the structure of the program?
Who question is that?
Tino.
Shout out to Tino.
Tino, you Tino. Respect, dog. I respect that. So this gonna be huge for you. So you look at a kid like Zarek Jones.
Yeah.
People probably know it. That's Cody Butler, them little nephew who went to Simeon.
Okay. Okay.
Never, ever started at Simeon. Never started in his life at Simeon. Went to John Logan Junior College, then went to UCLA, played with the Bulls in the G League, and then been overseas all the time. Brandon Spearman, another kid, I don't really know, transferred in, great kid. You know what I'm saying? So I got a bunch of kids who you don't know about, who they don't know about, who was instrumental to us being able to win and do what we supposed to do. Stan Simpson transferred in, went to U of I, went to Memphis, played overseas. This is what I tell people, and this is the thing with Mike. And Mike contested to this. And Fred Cleveland was the one who did it.
Shout out to Fred.
Yeah, he got me to where I was supposed to be.
Shout out to Big Fred.
So they was like, oh, that's just a junior college factory. All they kids just go to junior college, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, guess what? He ain't wrong. He right. So I got to change that.
Right.
I got to make sure these kids go on D1. I got to make sure they D1 players, but academically they
D1 too.
They D1, right. Because at one point, like real shit, like one point, I never forget. I forgot this one kid name, but I never forget. I had an open gym one day. I had to close it.
I'm gonna tell you who it is before you even say
and these
something.
motherfuckers was yelling, Ball State,
Ball State.
Ball State,
Let them call it.
Ball State, Ball State. I'm going to Ball State because they was like, I was like, what you want? Why you yelling Ball State? Exactly.
Dang.
Because Ball State was the pipeline at the time.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying?
His player.
Because the thing was like real shit, man. Like I took pride, and once I got a gym, I took pride in putting players in a gym. I wanted Hayes Park Gym
I ain't gonna
to
cut
be
you
that
off.
elite gym, G.
But I ain't gonna cut you off, but I had a kid, and this real talk. And Foster Park.
Story.
Yes, sir.
Foster Park. Jeremy Jones.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Jeremy
sir.
Jones.
Yeah.
Didn't want to go to school.
At
Didn't
all.
want to do nothing. None of that.
That nigga met me at work.
So his granddad was George Stanton, who coached me at Simeon, who coached at Winnie Young, who was a educator, everything. So Jeremy won't do nothing.
Nothing.
Not a thing. So Chuck.
He would hoop with the firemen Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Yes. So Chuck, he was the first when Chuck called me and said, man, there's a kid over here at Foster Park, Jeremy Jones, he up in here. I don't want to go to school, Chuck.
He didn't want to go to school.
I want to go to school.
I started work at 12. Jeremy be already hooping an hour into by the time I start work.
I want to go to school. So when we finally got him to do what he's supposed to do and do everything he's supposed to do, I knew I had this not my great teams, this my okay teams.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew that no matter what, he gonna give me 25, 30 points every night.
Yeah.
Every night he gonna give me them points. Good kid. Went to K-State. Played there. He was All-American, but he called me and said, Coach, Bruce Weber left from Illinois and went to K-State. Yeah. He told me he got too much discipline. I said, Jerry, what are you talking about? You need discipline. That's what you need.
Yeah.
You need this one.
That's
But
it.
Jeremy Jones
Yes.
is what the question that they just asked you. Who
Yes.
people? Jeremy Jones
Yes.
is a kid who nobody can talk about. I
Nobody.
watched him get 30 against Thornton.
Notice he said the word thuddy.
30.
Yes.
Guess
THUDDY.
what? And the crazy part about it, he was laughing at him because they was doubling him when he got over half court, and he was shooting that thing. He got 30.
Yeah.
Thing.
And this,
THANG.
this is what you're saying. So like you dealing with these kids. So you know, Jeremy is for me. Jeremy is a fool.
A
at
fool,
school.
man.
He's a fool at school.
He would kill them tournaments. I
So
had,
guess what?
bro.
And I tell people all the time, you this, you that, this, that. We warming up for the game. Jeremy not there. I said, man, go down the hall. Jeremy down there shooting dice. Tell him, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pop it.
Yeah.
Shooting dice. Guess what? He got his game shorts on and his t-shirt. I said, go down there. Jeremy down there about our turf shooting dice. Send somebody down there, go get him down there. We finna get ready to play. Okay, here I come.
He ain't lying.
Hey,
yo.
come on for the dice game, homie.
He ain't lying.
Get
Give
off
me
the
God.
dice. Get your ass
And they
up
give me
here.
25.
Easy. And it was easy.
Hey,
It
it
was
was
easy.
so easy.
It wasn't no like it was easy.
another rewind.
Cause the battle was when my gym was open, it was him and Cadero.
Yes.
Cause Cadero was mine.
Yeah.
Like Cadero was my baby. Like I would put Cadero up with anybody. Like Cadero would fill my gym up. If I would put, I sent. Matter of fact, I called Chuck. I said, Chuck, Eddie having a tournament. Midnight. It's Cadero playing at 7. Would you come see this matchup? Chuck came, and Chuck. Oh my God! Excuse me. You dig what I'm saying? I seen both of these kids, man.
Jay
It's
Jones-
that it was.
Jay
I
Jones
missed
was
that
some-
shit, G.
Jay
Like-
Jones was something different.
Like, he was
but
different.
Jamal, I want to say one thing before I don't know how much time we got, but
You hit.
I want to say to you, I really respect you for having me come here. You know, we talked about this in the gym. And man, we ain't talked about it a couple times. You like, because the thing about it is that people never understand and realize that, like, I'm done. They're like, oh, you just talking this, that, and the other, but
You serious?
I'm done.
Because a couple years ago, it was a
Finito.
lot of bullshit.
Yeah, I'm done.
It was
Like,
a lot of bullshit about where you was going,
Yeah, I
where
mean,
you
I-
landed.
I
a
saw
lot
that
of
when I
shit.
when I
we
looked
thought
you
you.
up.
Yeah,
We
not
thought you was
cool
going
with
to do
that.
this sound.
It was a
Yeah.
lot of shit. You was
And
going
guess
to
what?
college
I'm
level.
not- you right.
They tied you to Illinois
What's up,
too.
Jessica?
Yeah.
They
I was
tied you to
actually-
Illinois.
I was gonna go to De La Salle, but you gotta be able to pay me to do what I'm gonna do.
Understood.
Okay, so
Ooh.
you
That's
was
so
going to do the
gangster.
sound, but
He from the west side, but that's
Also-
some gangster shit.
just real quick, what happened with THT? Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
What? What part of Tennessee?
His recruitment to.
Illinois?
We thought we was going to go to Illinois, but he didn't.
That's a personal thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have no problem with talking, but I'm out of this bitch now.
Just real
That's
quick
what
though,
I'm
just
gonna
real
say,
quick.
you know what I'm saying? So it was a thing, like, and I was everybody got their gangster.
No
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying? They got their gangster. So people stepped in and said, hey, if THT come, then IU not coming. And that's what it was. So the people there was like, okay, we got IO. This is what we need to do. We got them. You know what I'm saying? And I, fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Come on
Yeah.
with it.
Chan was in the middle of this thing because he
Yeah.
wanted both of them.
Yeah.
He wanted both of them. He did. But some other people stepped in and like he had to be the mediator or whatever it was going to be like. And he called me like, Coach, man, this going to be bogus. This is what it's going to be and this is what it is. And I'm like, I respect that because you did reach out and say it. The person who in charge and who I don't have no respect for now, he ain't do that. You put this off on him to say that. You the person in charge. You can make the decision to say I'm taking him or doing whatever. But guess what? Like I tell, like the kid told me, we gonna play each other. He game 25-10. I got y'all. Y'all wish y'all would have had me.
Hit it.
But
Okay.
I ain't mad at him. That's the thing. But Chin is my man. He 100.
No doubt.
Chin
my man.
Not on him.
Chin my man.
Everybody wanted me to put it on him because what I do or who I
Right.
am. Because he came and said like, this ain't me. I want both of them. But I'm in the middle. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the person who can do both.
Because
of them.
real quick, Mom.
I got to hit this next
Go ahead.
question
No,
because
knock it
we
out.
on a time schedule.
Go ahead, knock it out.
My next question: with Dion going to HBCUs,
Who?
Deion Sanders.
Sanders.
With Deion Sanders at HBCUs on the football side, do you propose in the future, instead of a kid on the basketball side taking a scholarship from a North Dakota State, a Boise State, or anything, taking if coaches, if an NBA player pulls a move like what Deion does and goes to, let's say Mo Williams that's down there at Jackson State now, could you see a situation where prominent potential NBA players going to HBCUs to play basketball?
A coach.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pop it!
I mean, you got it now. You just said it like
He laying the foundation.
they it's a bunch of ex NBA players at HBCUs now. So we gotta. So here's my thing. We gotta promote it. We gotta make sure that they
That's
know what's
what it
going on.
is.
We gotta know that they there. We gotta know that they got the opportunities. We gotta know that's what they doing. So like, my thing is like, whatever you're gonna do within this, we gotta make sure that it's gonna be. So Deion, he got everything on it. Jackson State like a
machine.
It's like Florida State now.
Do you applaud that?
Yes.
You
I love
fucks
it.
with that, right?
I love
watch
it.
every
I love
game.
it.
Do you think he's going to stay?
After his kids graduate.
It's gonna be
Hit
a
it.
hard thing for him. You know what I'm saying? But the difference is this my thing, and I'm on the outside looking in. Who Deion is, I think he will stay.
Yeah.
Because who he is.
Right.
Because of who he
Okay.
is.
Just because of who he
He's
is.
a nigga.
Everybody different. You know what I'm saying?
He's
that's
a
what-
ER or A?
He's
That's
a
why.
nigga.
That's why I'm saying.
No,
he
I
could
feel
stay.
it. I
He's
feel
a
it.
So,
nigga. And his
some
daughter
other
just
people-
started hooping there.
Some other people might be like transforming to some different places because they're not him.
Yeah.
He set where he at. He good with Jackson.
Butter.
I think in football, it's going to be a little harder to do what you can definitely do in basketball.
No, he winning though.
Yeah,
he,
winning.
he is, but
He's
Jackson
super
State
winning,
never been
yo.
on ESPN.
But
They
it's
never
about
did
the
game
movement,
day.
though.
You know what I'm saying? I get what he's saying. What I'm saying, what Deion doing for Jackson State, they never been to game day. They never been none of that.
Right.
Everything he's doing, Jackson State been on ESPN every night. He never
Every
just
night.
take everything to. So it ain't. So Jack, you talking about Deion winning? Guess what? The team he playing against is winning too because now
True,
because
because they getting the showcase
yeah,
too.
so it's all about him bringing everybody else, and that's why he gonna make so much money because look, guess what? He can always say, look, he can say like, TSU would never been on ESPN if it wasn't for
Exactly.
Baby.
For me.
Baby.
Prairie View, you wouldn't have been on
Baby.
ESPN.
Mississippi
So now,
State,
guess
yeah.
what? Let's get a deal set together. If
Right.
you want to be, instead of me leaving,
Right.
leaving,
And build it up.
guess what?
That's
Y'all
the deal.
pay me because I'm gonna get y'all on ESPN.
I think it
So-
works better
so-
in basketball, though.
So
Or-
should a
I
kid
think it.
So should a kid, whether from Chicago, anywhere in the Midwest, should they consider HBCUs? We talking about from basketball. Should they consider over going to like a school like Rider or Stony Brook or Long Island or whatever? I'm just
So
naming schools.
my daughter play basketball. And she
Here you
just,
go. Hey, listen.
My,
Yo,
da-
yo, yo.
my daughter played basketball, and
Right.
she went like she's a junior now, so she's going to that thing. And she like we talking. I'm like, okay, the recruitment thing. She was like, I want to go to an HBCU. That's my daughter talking. That's
Right.
a woman.
Hand claps.
And I'm like, okay. what is this person or this person? He like, Daddy, I want to go to an HBCU. I don't care about if this person recruit me. I really want to go to an HBCU. If I don't have no HBCUs and this is what I got to do, this is what I do. But I prefer to go to HBCU. This is a basketball player. So when you starting to get these people to bring, even if they don't go there, just to say that they went on campus, it's a whole different story for them to be on campus, to be there. So
Playbook.
yeah, it's. I would like it. I would love it. I hope it could do. We don't put as much resources in our schools like we should do with that, and that's part of the problem. So, but HBCUs is what everybody looking at and doing now. So Mikey Williams gonna go. He gonna go visit Jackson State.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he went to Jackson State just to visit, just because he wanted, and that's what some other people gonna do.
Because it's a look.
It's a look for everybody else. No, I'm not going there. So people went to Howard a couple of years ago just because it's a look. So that's what it is. But
They got a 3-star person that went there.
yeah, but here's
3 stars.
here's the thing, and I don't know how much time we got. And I'm gonna say this before I go.
Rock out, G.
Yeah, so I want to make sure that I give homage to everybody who before me, after me, whatever's going on, and I respect you guys for being here. And I didn't say in this show with Mike being here and y'all just doing y'all whole thing. I really respect y'all having me.
Yeah.
That's
I
the first
appreciate
thing.
you, yo, because
And
the history is long.
yeah, and the thing
it's
about
dope.
it is like this the end for me. And I said,
Why?
Stop
Why?
You gotta click. You gotta.
Listen back
Because
to
of
the
the
show.
kids?
It's in the
Is it
show.
because of the kids? Is that what it is? The
No,
kids?
It got a lot
It's
to
for
do
him.
with it's so
Small
what-
kids?
No, it's just the
called
fact
mental,
I deal with
G.
the small kids. It's the fact that I want to go on my terms.
Yeah, that's the best way
guess
to
what?
go.
I don't want to. I done did. I'm 51. I've been doing this since I was 26. So that's half my life.
Yeah.
And guess what? And we on the air. I'm gonna do it. It done fucked up my whole household.
Pop it.
I
To
want
a
to enjoy
certain-
you at the house picnic, nigga.
It enjoy, you know what I'm
Let's
saying?
have a ball at the house picnic,
So
nigga.
and I say that my wife used to love basketball, but now she hate it
Yeah.
because it took so much time of my life to make sure that guess what?
You was
Not
cool.
her, but some other people was okay,
Right.
and they kids was okay.
Yeah,
You got people
family.
calling me middle of the night. Hey, this happened to my kid. You got people saying I'm dealing with them more than I'm dealing with my own household. And guess what? The reception or repercussion or whatever it was to say, okay, hey, Miss Smith, I understand that ain't happen.
At all.
It was just about them, and that's what we do as a culture. Like it's about me and my kids. So I dealt with that for so many years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like she like, man, and I never forget her saying they don't care about you more than I do.
Right. Real shit.
Bombs.
Cause what's crazy is somebody had bring it to my attention that your wife, no diss, I've been knowing her since I worked at Hayes.
Yeah,
Cause I know her cousins, Deanna and Shay. Them her people.
yeah.
So Quiet Money, all that shit. I've been knowing. I didn't even know it, my nigga, until somebody brought it to my attention. Like, Cal, that's Coach Rob's wife. I said, nigga, I've been knowing her since I worked at Hayes. You know what I'm saying? But move that to the side. I respected the my man because of the tutelage that I've been around. The Cal, Poop, Chuck, the gym. You know what I'm saying? Is I respect the whole foundation, and I get it because of the kids that been through my gym, from Jelani to the list is long, my nigga.
But it's just like a whole
The list
different
is
world.
long.
Like you don't even understand like yo, what you doing or how you feeling or how people feeling because this your love for what you doing. And you don't get them the everything. So when so now, and I don't have no problem with saying it, I'm disrespectful for her. For what I did or how I was moving or how I was doing because it was about somebody else's kids.
Like
And my thing was like, I only was thinking about them. I wasn't thinking about her at the time. I'm thinking like, okay, you got me, we good. this gonna happen. You understand what I'm doing, but she got feelings too.
Real
And I ain't even
shit.
thinking about her feelings because I'm thinking that she okay with what I'm doing, but deep down inside, her feelings is being
It's
hurt.
there.
And I'm
Wow.
not even thinking about it because I'm just thinking that, okay, my success, what we doing, everything you got is, what we doing is because of me and this, that, and the other. But no, at the end of the day, she got some feelings too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Rob,
And
you
then
preaching.
I'm hurting her and not even know I'm hurting her because I'm thinking like, hey, I'm out here
You
doing
moving.
this for these people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's her too.
Because I ain't going to front. When I
Yeah.
got that gym, nigga, I ain't thinking about nothing but making my gym
And that's
the
what I'm
hottest
saying, like-
gym in the city.
Yeah, so I'm talking about, I met her when she was a young lady.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she rolled with me the whole time, and like to get to where I'm at now and to be where I'm at now, it's like, you wrong, dog. You really was wrong. We ain't no, there's no more, ain't no, it's no way to bring it back and make her feel happy about anything that I did.
Wow.
She respected, she understand it, it was cool. But guess what? At the end of the day, and this men don't understand that, and they ain't gonna say it. And I'm a real dude. I respect that I hurt her, and I'm wrong. I was wrong because I was more a parent to somebody else, doing what everybody else wanted, or making sure everybody else was cool, and not making sure she was cool. Because at the very beginning, all this stuff, she had my back, and she did everything she could do, and like I can't replace that.
No.
I can't go back and say, okay, this you dealing with somebody's feelings and somebody's emotions and somebody's heart and all that
Split,
type of
keep
stuff.
dealing with
Like,
feelings and
so
kid.
this is the different me from anybody else, and I'm just being honest with people. Like, oh, you this? No, I'm wrong. I was wrong.
Yeah.
I can admit. That's
And
what
Coach,
a man's supposed to do, is admit when they wrong.
I respect you
can-
for that.
Yeah, you can't.
I
You can't
100%
you
respect
can't go around it
for
and do that.
admitting your
Yeah,
fault.
You can't do all that
100.
stuff. So I can go back and say, okay, baby, let's try to. No, whatever
It's too
she
late.
decided to do in this situation with us, that's what it is. But
Yeah.
guess what? I did this
Yeah.
in this basketball world, and when you go do what I did,
You in it? In that
and that's what I'm
trenches,
trying to tell people. Like, this story here ain't no real. This a real
it's
story.
real shit.
This ain't no fake shit and no nothing like that. This shit real. Like, my whole fucking life changed because of this shit. I won that for my mother. I won that for my brother. I won that for my friends. I did everything for this shit for everybody else. And I'm just being 100 now. Like, I did everything for everybody else. Motherfuckers, I grew up for 40 years. Like, I got around and didn't do the stuff I needed to do with them. Like, for nothing like that. Man, like I just said, I was on the road, my mother passed.
Right.
I was doing some shit, my grandma passed.
Right.
I was doing some shit, my brother was sick and couldn't. I ended up saying, fuck this, I'm gonna do this for him. But the basketball shit was the shit I was doing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody else was like, okay, you good, this. No, that's not
was
good.
applauding.
My
It was-
whole
That
house,
claps.
my whole house, I fucked it up because of this basketball shit.
Yeah.
I ain't married this woman because I just want to be married to somebody. Because I married her because I loved her.
Got a
But
question
this
for you,
basketball
Rob,
shit
real
took
quick.
over everything that I did
Gonna make Jeff
and
get
got me
married.
go whatever
Jeff
I
gotta
want to
get
do.
married.
You know what
No,
I'm saying?
no,
and
no.
thinking that she gonna be
Actually-
okay with.
You gotta get married.
To be
What I'm doing.
to be actual and factual,
But-
I understand where he coming from.
but I mean, no, go ahead, knock it out.
I
Go on, knock it out.
actually understand where he's coming from because that's how I feel about this music shit.
And I get it.
And
get married.
I put the music over everybody.
No, no.
And
no, fuck that. You gotta get married
I'm a
now.
twofold list for
You
both
gotta
of
get
y'all.
married now.
No, I'm good.
Rob
I'm
said
a, I'm a,
so.
no, I'm a
You don't
twofold
gotta-
list for both of y'all though.
Coach Rob said
Like,
you gotta get
this one.
married.
He's married. You just fucking on
This
bitches.
is a funny joke before we go. I gotta give you something funny before we go. So I'm gonna ask y'all a question.
Let Coach
What?
Rob.
Everybody-
Oh,
We
everybody
asshole,
enjoy-
Coach.
I got a question. to ask
We
you.
assholes, coach.
I know y'all really ask questions. What is the only license you can't renew?
Oh, your marriage license.
Your marriage
I ain't even married, my nigga.
Your marriage license.
I ain't even got a girl,
I
my
got
nigga.
that shit 2 years ago.
You can renew your vows.
And all
Can't really
bullshit.
do that,
and
man.
all-
Nigga.
and all bullshit aside,
Rasheed Wallace.
I'm celebrating 22 years.
Hey,
I
let's
just celebrated
go.
1 year.
Let's go.
But guess what? This is what I tell people. And I'm going through.
Whoa.
My life is what it is. So the whole thing about everything is that
Where
I
the
respect
cat?
everybody's lives.
Where the
and
cat
what they do.
nigga?
You know what I'm saying? And who they with
Go
or
get the
whatever.
cat.
What's going on.
No, fuck that.
And we
Little
all
But the little person.
I see it.
we all got choices. They might be wrong, right, or indifference. Just make sure you're okay with the choice that you made.
That's 100.
And people don't understand. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't finna sugarcoat nothing about my life no more. I did. I wanted to hide it. I want to not people to see or want people to know or didn't like. I'm wrong. I was wrong. I was fucking wrong to
you
make
thought
sure
about
everybody
self.
else was okay and not make sure my family was okay.
Word.
Are you going through therapy right
But
now?
guess what? Know why I did that? Because I grew up with not being okay.
Wow.
Hurt people hurt people.
Yes.
Bang, fucking bang.
Because you was finding that.
Yeah, hurt
You was
people hurt
surfing.
people.
Hurt people hurt.
Yeah, they hurt them. They you gonna hurt somebody. That's what you do. You don't know no better but to hurt them.
But the
'Cause you been hurt.
cosmetic is accolades.
Yeah, so now I'm in the space like I'm not hurt no more,
I feel you.
and I don't want to hurt nobody else no more. I want you to be okay, and I want to be okay. But guess what? In that time, I did hurt some people,
No doubt.
and it's fucked up that I hurt them. And I didn't call some people and say, you know what? I'm sorry.
And it wasn't intentional though.
And that's real.
And it wasn't intentional.
It was
It
just.
was never
It was in
intentional,
your.
'cause I
It
didn't
was
know.
right here.
I didn't know that I was hurting
I was
them.
focused
But goals
on this.
come.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
feel
you.
You hurt me when you ain't wearing no Adidas.
Fuck that nigga.
But
that.
but before
Fuck
we
them
bombs
pinstripes.
out though, I'm just gonna throw this in the air though. Like Rob, like
Yeah, I'm serious.
our connection goes way back.
Yeah,
But us sitting here currently, we here for you, bro.
yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Like
And
real shit.
claps.
I appreciate it.
And clap.
Because
And not
we
to
gotta
cut you-
support us.
Yeah, not to cut you off, and that it's like now it's time for me to be
Be you. Be
Yeah.
a human.
and don't. I want everybody to know like this ain't like that. I'm just like y'all.
Word up.
You know what I'm saying? I got flaws. I do shit wrong.
You
I do
human.
everything. Yeah, but I got a lot of shit I'm trying to correct.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And make sure it's gonna be okay because I got 2 kids, man.
That's
I love them motherfuckers more
to
than
death.
anybody in the world.
Nigga,
I don't
them
give
your
a fuck
world.
what going on. And I don't care what going on. You know,
Yeah, I do.
I see it.
I
I
don't care
do.
what going on in this world. Them
I see it.
I
bro.
see him this
them the
weekend.
2 people, my daughter and my son, them the most 2 people in the world to me. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? And I just said to somebody else, my mother gone,
Keep-
my grandma
yeah.
gone, my mother and my son gone.
You gotta have a foundation. you know?
Everybody gone. My daddy's sick. It's only us now. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's what it is. So like, I don't got nobody else.
We here.
I'm
G.
about to lose my cycle. Like that. Cycle.
We here.
I get that. I love y'all to death. I'm gonna always love everybody. But this cycle here, my brother gone. That was my backbone.
We here.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I'ma call him Chewy, like, hey, where Rob at?
I'm in a world like of a different world. You know what I'm saying? My grandma never had that many kids. It's just like a little nest of us. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand. And I mean, and I respect my wife's family. I do because they taught me so much shit about being family that I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like going to family dinners
Yeah.
and sitting down,
They
all us
tight.
together, and we praying and all. I'm like,
They
and my
super
wife
tight.
didn't understand that. She like,
It's what we
I'm
do.
telling her like, Man, I don't know nothing about this shit. We ate when we ate. Shit,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
they super
saying?
tight,
We
G.
don't sit together and everybody praying and they be doing all this type of stuff and this, that.
Yeah.
Thank you for exposing me to this world because I didn't know this world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to tell people. Like, you can be exposed to anything. Like, I don't know what they did to me. They helped me be who I am.
That's good
You know
shit.
what I'm saying?
Right?
And I respect her for that. And we are where we are with
They
this.
gangster.
But it's like the fact of like, man, it's a different world, man.
Yeah.
You know,
No,
I
I
don't
get
know
it.
nothing about this. Like, her whole family is spiritual. They doing
Yeah.
this. I'm like,
They are.
yeah, that's who they
I
are.
know
You
them
used to
well.
survive.
I know that family well,
you know what I'm
nigga.
saying? Like,
Nah, you
They
used to
super
survive.
well.
That's
Yeah,
all
like-
it is.
But
Thank y'all.
but I would say this. I'm speaking for me. Maybe I'm speaking for the fellas. But you not live by yourself, B.
yeah.
Because we got you. Reasonable ignorance got you.
And I feel that and I understand it, but this is what I want people to understand. Like, thank y'all.
I appreciate you,
doubt.
my nigga.
Because I don't know that. Bro.
Absolutely.
Like I got some 40-year friends, and I didn't
got the
catch
question.
to their house.
Yeah.
I done went to their house. I done did everything to their house. I done did everything with them. I'm a loner.
Yeah.
I've been a loner all my life because I've been trying to escape so much stuff. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And I've been
'cause-
trying to escape it.
Because
Like,
I enjoyed the conversation me, you, and Chewy had at
like,
my
yeah.
crib.
And guess
We
what?
just said we talking about sneakers the whole time.
Yeah,
It was
and I
some
didn't
that
even know
nigga had
who
on
he
some
was.
cashmere blazers, nigga.
And I didn't know who he was, but I'm sitting there with Rice like
We
somebody
chillin'.
who I met throughout in the streets.
We
You know what I'm
chillin'.
saying?
What
Like,
color? What color were them blazers?
It was suede. That's all I needed to know.
You talking about
It
suede?
was suede. It
They
was
was
so
suede.
beautiful.
So like it's
So me and Chewy was gonna pick the nigga up and carry it to the car.
so it's like Jamal I met through somebody else. I met him through somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I meet people through people like because I'm a loner.
I used to be at the 50 when I used to do my
Yeah, I was at the
thing.
50 too. My
Yeah.
brother-
I was at the 50 though. He said I was at the 50.
Yeah, my brother's been to 50.
Yeah.
I mean that part of it is like meeting people and doing stuff because I didn't know these people from that. Mike and Rice, you know, the 75th Street. When I started messing with Mike at 75th Street,
Rice
my
is
haircut,
crazy.
we walked down that motherfucking street like it was our place. You know what I'm saying? But
Chewy
what I
Rice
tell
is crazy.
what I tell people all the time, like, and I said earlier, like my little brother was like God to people.
Yeah.
And the reason he was a God to people and people understood him and loved him is like he could have been rich, but he was just a regular dude.
That's what it is.
He didn't like they want. I mean, so we gonna stop it. I'm gonna
There you
give you a
go.
look. You from out west, you might know.
All
So
day.
my brother a 5-star Universal for
I
the
know,
Mafia
yeah.
and St. Vice Lord, so he could get it whatever he want.
Watch this.
But guess what?
Watch
he
this.
didn't want
I'm finna
that.
mess. I'm finna mess. Be able up.
He
Shout
didn't
out
want
to
to
Paul
do that,
Hudson.
'cause I
didn't
might
want
spit
the-
some literature.
Hold
He
on.
didn't
Hold on.
want all of the.
B.
He didn't
B.
want all of the limelight, and he didn't want all of the
What
stuff
up,
that
G?
you
Shout
gave
out
with
to
it.
Paul Hudson.
Oh, I
Wow.
give it to him. The Hudson family, I love him.
Yeah.
He, you know, he on the low low.
I'm a
you
gangster.
gonna-
I'm
what
a
you gonna do
GD
after you
all to the
retire?
world blow up.
Huh? What I'm doing after retirement?
Turn into a pyramid.
Hit it.
I know that's the point.
Never.
That's the fucking point.
10
No,
trait
what you
all
gonna-
day.
no, no,
That's the fucking
seriously.
point.
What's the next step?
You hear me?
Real quick.
7-4. I had to
Real
keep
quick.
him quiet.
What is the next step after coaching? What is your next step? What is your next thing for the youth that's coming up? Our kids, my kids, your kids, that's in the same age range and everything. What's the next step for you?
So this is a big thing. So
Real, and we got to make this quick.
okay. So people always say, "What are you about to do? You quitting? What you do?" I know one thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna be coaching high school basketball.
Okay.
That's one thing I do that I'm not gonna do because my next thing is if you're gonna have me to coach high school basketball, you're gonna have to pay me like I coach college.
No doubt.
Mm.
You have to.
Rewind that.
You want
Rewind
to
that
pay
and
me
hit
like
it
I
with a
coach
bomb.
at college.
You got
Mom,
to.
say it one more time.
If I'm a coach high school, you're gonna have to pay me like I'm coaching college.
Hit it.
What?
Go ahead.
That's it.
That's it.
So my next thing is to make sure that. So what I'm trying to do with the youth is to make sure that we catch up to the other people in the country because we're behind.
We so behind.
So I want to make sure that our kids understand what basketball is all about. I want to make sure our parents understand what basketball is
That's
about.
the best part.
And I want to make sure that we can drill the kids and understand what they're doing to get to that level because we're behind. I mean, we super behind in what's going on, and people manifest numbers and do all type of stuff. And the other side of it, we don't have no height. We don't have the kids like that. So I'm working combines. I'm doing clinics. I'm doing all type of stuff to make sure that our kids gonna be successful to get. Because guess what? I tell people all the time, it ain't what you know, it's who you know.
Bang,
If
bang.
you know Rob Smith, you got a great chance of being in that
where you need to be.
What cities and states has surpassed Chicago? I meant to ask that earlier.
That's 3?
Right now.
No, so,
I meant to-
so what
cities and states? You said 5, nigga? Yeah.
So it's a lot of them that did it, Pepe. So the biggest, this is me for the biggest one. So I'm huge on this with all the kids and doing what I do with the camps and all that type of stuff. So they had the USA pre-draft for the U16-17. It was U16-17. So we only had one player who was at the U16-17. We would have had 2, but James Brown went on a visit that same weekend, so he didn't coach. So we had 2.
All right.
Okay. Texas is a huge state. It's the biggest state that we have. Texas had 8 kids.
Damn.
They had 9 kids there.
You hear what I'm saying?
5 from Dallas, 4 from Houston. We talking about 9 kids in the state. Oklahoma, who was a small state, had 6 kids there from Oklahoma City. We talking about 6 kids in Oklahoma. We talking about Oklahoma, Chicago, Illinois. We only get 2, and they have 6. So we far behind. And I'm talking about this ain't even like you're gonna make it. This is just an invite. I'm saying just an invite. Not we only got 2 kids who got an invite. They got 6 kids who got an invite. Not saying they gonna make the team. They just got an invite. So we're far behind. So guess what? When I was doing this earlier in my career, and I'm gonna go back to, I can go back to Derrick Rose in 2017. In that year, we had 12 kids in the invite. Just an invite for 12 kids. I can go back to Jabari Park. We had 14 kids in the invite. And then after them, you can go back in 2015 with Oakland for them. We had 13 kids in an invite. We not saying they're going to make the team. We had these people just for an invite. So now we only got 2 kids in the state of Illinois for an invite. Not saying you're going to make the team, just for an invite. And in the invite, only one of them went because the other kid wanted to visit. We far behind.
And I think the reason why we far behind is, number one, lifestyle, the basketball lifestyle.
It's not the same.
It's not the same. Number 2, a lot of, and Jamal, you might attest to this. You too, Rob. A lot of the kids in city with the city movement, they moving their kids to the south.
I was gonna get to that, but we'll talk about it off air.
The biggest thing about us is that, I mean, I'm just speaking for me because I work for the Chicago public school system. Our public school basketball is the worst in the world.
Woo! Hit it!
We're not teaching no kids basketball. We're not doing shit with no basketball with them. We're not doing ain't nothing. The suburban kids are the best kids in the basketball.
They tried to get rid of they tried to get rid of it.
They already did.
Yeah, they tried to get rid of it in Chicago, and that's because of the they don't want to even put money involved in it, and that's the worst.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But anywho,
Reasonable Ignorance Podcast.
This old nigga's drunk. This nigga drunk, that nigga drunk. Jeff, you cool.
I'm good. I'm nice.
Y'all might even got Coach Rob Scott.
The Robert Smith episode. Fuck it, I'm gonna try to get him to come back when it's over with. But the Robert Smith episode, Coach Robert Smith episode I'm not gonna say part one, but definitely. I'm gonna say this now. I'm 3 for 3 with niggas going to the bathroom. Hit it! I'm 3 for 3 with niggas
so
going
you
to
got
the
a
bathroom.
strong bladder or something?
Hey, look. You 1 for 1. Coach Rob is 2 for 2 for going to the bathroom. Be able 1 for 1. Hey,
I want to say one thing before I leave.
go ahead.
Jamal, thank you. I appreciate
Hand
you
claps.
inviting me.
Can you do a
I
part 2
remember-
after it's over with?
Yeah, I can come whenever.
Bang, bang.
You
I
heard it.
remember-
You heard it there.
I remember when we was at the other joint, we had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I but one thing about it is I appreciate you even inviting me, having me come in. Like, our relationship is our relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we always joke about the Adidas and Nike stuff, but I respect you for what you've been doing with your kid, the podcast, the popcorn. I respect all this stuff. Like, you different than anybody else I ever met. So my whole thing is like, it's unity. You know what I'm saying? I'd listen to this, and I listen to the Farrakhan thing with Kanye and Yeezy, and guess what?
What?
He hit that shit on the head.
Yeah.
He hit it on the head like, we ain't together. And that was his whole point. What people didn't understand is like, we not together as a unit with us. It don't got nothing to do with what they talking about. It's us. So if they want to fine them or suspend them or whatever, that's cool, but we not together.
Yeah.
And until wherever we can get together, then it's all gonna be messed up. So that's what it is. So I'm in the fact of making sure we all together. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing with the young kids. I'm trying to get them to be together. Oh yeah, you're gonna compete against each other when you're on the court, but just as long as y'all together and make sure everybody's gonna be okay, that's what it is. So I want to thank you. And anytime you want me to come by, just let me know. I'll come by and shoot the breeze, which I already got a couple more months for this shit.
The season's about to start.
Yeah.
You got them 2 kids. You got 2 kids going to.
I got 4 kids.
You got 4 kids. One's going to Stony Brook.
Got a kid going to Stony Brook. Got one going to Toledo.
Yeah.
One going to Northern Iowa. One going to Loyola. We all good. We doing everything. But the most important thing is the kids together. But whenever you want me to come back and chop it up with you, I got you.
You heard that right? Y'all heard that right? What? You heard him right. He said he's gonna come back. And chop it up again with us.
Yeah, I definitely. I want.
Hey, we all want invites to the retirement party. If it's downtown, goddammit, we got thrown the
I'm
black
rolling
tie.
with
We
Chewy,
there.
nigga. Wherever Chewy at, I'm going.
We
I'm
there.
pulling up in a pair of Nikes. Fuck these niggas.
You good?
Thank you.
Oh, well then you good.
I'm coming through with a pair of stripes on.
Hell no.
You might not get in.
There we go. There we go. Hey, nigga walk in with no shoes.
Ah!
Yeah. Your ass walking in there barefoot.
I gotta pull the fires out for
You better wear some Crocs, Jamal.
Now, guess what, y'all? His nigga. Hey, guess what? He always he got some. He got some exclusive.
I got some shit in the heat.
He got some exclusive now. I told him he got some exclusive.
Hey, check this out. Thank you, Sound Guy Mike. I appreciate you. Hey, look, Sound.
Look at
You
you.
gotta understand this.
Jack Rabbit.
This was an important episode. We had to have him here. Thank you for. I know you got to get up in the morning and everything, but
You don't give a fuck.
hey, look.
No, ain't got no fuck.
What'd you say?
You don't give a fuck. I'm paying the fucking
Pretty
million.
much I am. I don't give a two. No. Hey, no, that's bullshit. Hey, Coach Rob, I thank you very much.
I appreciate you.
Every time we see each other on over the weekends and on Mondays, you know, I say, look, come do the podcast. Come do the podcast. You came and did it, pause, and our kids go to the same workout facility, the same strength and conditioning facility. Our kids go to
All right, come on.
games and everything. I see them every Monday. Hey, it is what it is, man.
I got it in my hand.
Your nephew, sir. It's right next to him. He be listening. He be talking to him. So
I appreciate this.
I love that.
I've always wanted to tell Coach.
You gotta give
this shit.
flowers, man. You gotta give our niggas our
always-
flowers,
And guess what?
man. Fuck all that bullshit.
I know you got to go, sound man.
I
I know you
always
got to
wanted
go.
to
You
tell
got
them
some
this
shit to
shit,
do,
though, G.
and I know you got to do some other stuff and whatever. But guess what? What you just said, I really appreciate.
I
And
always
what you
wanted to tell
what you
them.
been
I always
doing,
wanted
like-
to tell
100
them
years
this
from
shit,
now,
G.
this episode gonna be on this motherfucker's
and
Al
people-
Gore's internet, and goddamn it, they gonna know who the fuck you are, man.
Give people
Yeah.
flowers while they here.
Al Gore's.
We always get 'em when they gone. We give
Yeah,
people flowers when
sure
they here.
enough.
It's good. So like, this is in my retirement and me leaving. It's me leaving because that's what I want to do.
Of course,
Not 'cause
that's the
somebody
best
wanna
shit.
get me to do some other
Go out
stuff.
your own way.
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to go
We
because
ain't
I want
forced
to go.
that.
Yeah, this is what I want to do. There ain't nobody telling me I gotta go, and this you can't do no more. I could stay. Everybody,
Yeah,
people
keep-
still calling me now, like, "Hey, you sure you done?" And this, that, and the other. But guess what? This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
This is my life.
You need
and guess
peace,
what?
nigga.
I appreciate y'all giving me the flowers and doing. I really appreciate that stuff because there ain't no stuff that people get. They get that stuff when they dead.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
it.
saying they get it when they dead. They don't get it when they're alive. They
'Cause
get it when they dead.
I've always wanted to holler at you before I met you later on that how many kids I had from you in my gym.
Yeah, but the thing about it is that night we was at the house,
Jamal, you dropped some money.
man, you talking and kicking it like I've been knowing
Like
you
we've
for
been
10
exactly.
And we just met
And
each
we
other
just
that night.
met each other that night.
Yeah. So, and every time I see you or whatever, it's like we brothers.
We brothers.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm
that's
saying? But the
that's the
history
thing.
behind it was so crazy.
And that is the thing is like if Mike writes, if I'm with my guys and they kicking with somebody, it's like, shit, you they people. They're my people. So I'm not if they fuck with them, then I fuck with them.
Word
You know
up.
what I'm saying? So
That's how real shit's
yeah,
supposed to be.
that's I mean, I got a lot of like I say, I had like 4 or 5 people come connect with me about like doing a story about myself and doing all this stuff and like following me doing the season. And I had one dude, he's like, Rob, your shit not local. You need to be a Netflix. You need to be this. You need to be that. You
do.
don't need to be that's like
Absolutely.
give somebody the shit just because you want to do that. What you did is unbelievable. And guess what? The problem, the problem is me understanding, and I ain't not understand. It's just
It's
I'm
so humble,
not.
G.
I'm just still soaking it all in.
Yeah, it's humble.
I'm still soaking it
I'll
all
make
in
a
because
phone
I've
call
been
to
who I am
Cootie right
like-
now, like Cootie.
Yeah, I'm just
Let's
soaking
do
it
a
all.
Coach Rob shit
Let's
right
do
now.
it.
I'm soaking it all in. Like you're like,
I got 2 film
man,
producers.
you
Let's
just
make
did
it happen.
everything. So I did the interview for us because we're gonna be the #1 team in the state this year.
Hell yeah.
Pop it. Pop that shit,
So
man.
the dude like, what you sure after this you wanna? I'm like, look, dog. It's a white boy. I said, look, dog.
Right. Talk to him.
Dog, I got the most state championships. I got the most city championships. Is nobody clear to be able to catch me in no time soon? I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. Why am I gonna go back doing some coaching some basketball? I accomplished the goals I wanted, and when I started doing this is what I set out to do.
Yeah.
Did I think it was gonna happen? No. But I
No.
set the goals, and guess what? I accomplished them. So why am I gonna chase something else that I already accomplished and be a failure now? I'm not gonna be a failure. I'm successful. I did what I was gonna do. Guess what? I'm trying to do one thing that I didn't be able to do. I said I want to win 500 games. I'm 480 and 89 in motherfucking 19 years.
We going to a game as a Reese regular.
Yeah,
Absolutely, I'll be
You
doing
hear
it.
me?
You can't do that.
We
And I'm
going.
gonna give me some hairs.
Bonner's
I need to be
real
20, I need
shit,
to
my
win
nigga.
20
And
games.
I'm gonna go give me some hairs.
I need to win 20 games to get my
Yeah.
500.
20 games.
Across the street from his school.
It's not there no more.
20 games for 500.
I need to win 20 games to get my 500. So that's another goal I need to accomplish because that's what I want to do.
I want to see the schedule.
And I want to get and guess what?
Fuck the schedule.
And motherfucker
No.
told, guess what though? I'm going to tell you.
I
Guess
want
what?
to see the schedule.
No cupcakes.
Nah.
None.
No.
None?
I don't play no money. I don't.
Champagne
that's not-
bottle?
What?
I got
Champagne
listen,
bottle.
We 20. We the 21st. We 21 in the country. And in my schedule, I play 7 teams in the top 25 in the country.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Smoke
yeah.
Hillcrest.
Let's
Not,
go.
Smoke
no,
Marion.
not no local. I ain't talking about the
He
state.
talking
I'm
about
talking
the
the country.
state.
No, I know he's talking
I
about the
play
country.
7 top 10 teams in the country in my schedule. That's what I'm doing.
Gotta go to the league.
Guess
class.
what?
We going.
I could say, you know what? I'm gonna play boom, 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 boom to get my wins.
You going?
No, fuck that. I'm gonna
Shutting
play
it
the
down?
best. That's what I've been doing on my whole
My-
time.
Sound guy from the
Hey,
Cut.
we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Hey,
Sound
part
guy.
2 coming up.
Hey, sound guy, I respect you, man, for going overboard.
Bombs.
Bomb.
20 games.